All right. Hello,
Yay.
everybody. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon. Couple technical difficulties. You can see, well, you can't see yet, but you'll be able to see we are down a battle camera tonight. We're having some power issues, which are kind of unusual. We'll get those hammered out for next week. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and get started with our show. So, again, howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon, where I give my players dozens of ways to escape various situations, and then Guntir thrusts us directly into combat. I'm Joe Treff. I'll be your Dungeon Master this evening. Joining us at the table, and you guys can feel free to just wave as we go around. We have Matt, who plays Guntir, the Dwarf Cleric. We have Miles, who plays Heinrich, the Tiefling Warlock, or does Heinrich play Miles, the Tiefling, the human
It's an unfortunate
audio
effect.
engineer?
Plays them like a fiddle.
There you go.
Yeah, they're not antlers, they're headphones.
Exactly.
There
Yeah. You just put them up like that. And we have Allie, who plays Morwen, the Tabaxi Rogue, and finally Tina, the human monk Shay. So, before we get into things especially deeply, we do have a couple of announcements. We need fewer than 20 people to finish this giveaway. When we get to 100 people, we are giving away a variety of things.
You changed the word up. You changed the word
I did.
up.
We have with us for the first time the actual, and maybe I'll put this on myself for a second, the actual dice box that will be given away as part of this giveaway.
Not finished.
It is not finished, however, it will contain, it is really cool, it opens up, it holds its shape. This is an exact replica of the Zinni reliquary that was given to Krodok, containing something. There will be a set of dice in here that is created by Drew at dicey_encounters on Instagram. Definitely check him out. Super cool guy. Really good human being. He's making a custom set of dice for everybody at this table. At 100 followers, you will all get your dice. I saw them this week. They look wicked cool. Drew's doing a lot of really great work. Definitely check him out. Other than, this is like really fun to play with and just kind of so I'll give that to you before I get too distracted. So the other really big announcement that we have is that at some point, relatively soon, we're going to be doing a second show. I'm not really 100% on how we're going to make that happen, but it's something that sometime in September we're going to do. So stay tuned and check that out. Finally, the last thing that we typically will announce is that this is... You guys reach right across the one camera. We are using Sirenscape for music, sound, and all of that lovely stuff. It's a great tool for Dungeon Masters and players alike, or if you like to listen to pirate battles while you drive in the car. You can customize all of the sounds, kind of mix and match different levels. Really, really cool tool. And we'll be using it a little bit more as we progress. It's something that I have a little bit more time to attune to now. So with that being said, I don't think there are any other announcements. So we could just kind of get into the game. So when we last played, Guntir, Heinrich, Shay, and Morwen discovered that the power dynamics aboard the Royal Sail had shifted. Guntir, you hired new people, 8 of them at first, and you'd effectively taken over as captain. You sailed to the southernmost portion of the outer brace, called the Cold Wharf. Docking briefly, you tried to figure out the best plan for escaping Obsidian's Haste, the mercenary group that you guys stole your current very distinctive ship from. Heinrich, you and Guntir traveled to the gatehouse when Kanor said that potentially you could maybe pay your way through. You met Emiana, the gatekeeper, who offered you a price and even a discount should Guntir be willing to part with his pocket watch. When Guntir refused and cast command, he caused Emiana herself to cast sleep, which immediately dealt 20 points of sleep to her 2 children sitting at the dinner table behind her.
I did her a favor!
She raised the alarm, and Heinrich, you fled into the night. In a dead sprint through a hewn forest, Guntir, you returned to the ship after stealing a painting off the wall for good measure, and along with the rest of the crew, save Gideon and Swift, took off to try and sail around the side of the forest island to the south. Morwen, once you found anchor, you had Bernal cast Water Walk on you and snuck off to torture Heinrich, believing that he had left at some point due to your questionable choices as a captain. In a kind moment, Heinrich, you cooked dinner for Morwen and didn't even put it in your mouth first.
Or my butt.
Or your butt.
Which I still don't know about, but whatever.
This is true. Guntir, Bernal cast Levitate on you, which made you have to swim over the remaining gap to clear the distance to the cliff face. You went in search of Morwen, running across goblins who gave you a little bit more insight into the surrounding area, including a temple located somewhere deep within a cleft in the jungle. You made your way back to town, and upon noticing and calling out to Heinrich, suddenly had darkness cast upon you. Heinrich, you cast the spell out of frustration at Guntir's actions and took off back vaguely in the direction of the ship, having picked up your custom-made scale mail prior. Guntir, as you thrashed about in the dark, a strong, scaled hand dragged you out. Ovark, the dragonborn cleric, suffering from Shatterscale, had saved you. But with sword drawn and angled towards your head, he growls. If you didn't cause this mess, then who did? He sheathes his sword, and with two hands grabs the collar of your garment and hauls you to your feet.
I don't know. I'm just as flummoxed as you are.
Flummoxed. Fair enough. Looking around you, hang on, let me get some music up that is a little bit more...
Oh boy.
let's see here. We have...
Sounds like a dwarven word.
Yeah.
It does.
What sounds like a dwarven word?
Flummoxed.
It sounds Susian a little bit.
Okay.
Sassy?
Sus. It sounds sus.
A little
It
sus?
sounds very sus.
Gunty's real
But
sus.
I feel like everything that comes out of Gunty's mouth is
It's
sus.
sus. Yeah, he's sus.
Why?
Careful with this table shaking.
Thank you for
What?
bearing with me.
What are we looking for?
Looking for this custom sound thing that I had made, however, it is no longer there, so...
Oh.
I feel like
That is what
that
it
camera
is.
needs to rotate this way a little bit.
Which one? That one? Oh, fair enough. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Cool. How are the
So-
other ones? All good?
That's
You saying you're just as flummoxed?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. He looks around, kind of scanning through the crowd, and you can see just at this point, you can see all around you, around the docks, there are people looking at you, people approaching. This large dome of darkness had just appeared, and then a dwarf was pulled out of it. It is not the least suspicious looking thing. However, Ovark glances up and down at you, and you've not met Ovark yet, I don't believe.
I think I'm the only one that has.
Yeah. He sheathes his sword after looking for a minute. There are still people gathering quickly. We match, you and I. We're beings of faith. The Stetson Keep can wait. I've been waiting for him to tell me what to do, and it might be that this is it. And you can see next to him, there is a woman, shorter gray hair, that at some point had run actually past Heinrich. Is looking down at you. You have this vague... roll an intelligence check. Hey, Talon. No worries. We were a little late, too.
That's a great start with a 7 plus 2.
Okay.
It was a 1 for me.
Yeah, she just looks, she's probably in her 50s, maybe pushing early 60s, short gray hair. Doesn't really stick out to you in any particular way. Crowd's beginning to gather, though. There's 12 people at first, and then through the outskirts, 15, 25, almost a dozen, 24, a lot of people. And they continue to gather. There are swords, there are clubs, there are maces that are being brandished, and the crowd is getting a little bit unruly.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd best be getting back to fishing.
I'm gonna pull out one of my hooks
Okay.
in my pocket.
Roll a
and,
deception. Roll a deception check.
Yep, it's a 9.
A 9. Okay. Fair enough. So you reach into your pocket, and you're a little shaken up. You're still not sure where this darkness came from. There are a lot of eyes on you right now, and so as you go, you pull the hook out and kind of fumble it and drop it, and it hits the dock once, and just kind of drips into one of those cracks. And you hear below as it just kind of disappears. We're gonna pause there for 1 second and go back to let's see. You guys are all split
We're all
up,
spreading
of
out.
course.
This is the classic finger gang maneuver.
This is
That we
the
spread out as
classic.
far away as possible.
I also don't think I would have
You wouldn't have seen me. No, I was on the
Well, we
dock
were
leaving.
together.
I left because you were taking your time trying to like swindle
You
the
did-
dude out
you did-
of a rapier.
You did follow, but Heinrich was gone at that
Yeah.
point. So you are currently standing outside of the ore works.
Do I see any of this?
You see a commotion for sure,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm getting in that commotion.
Okay, so you head in that direction.
He's
You
doing this
being
commotion.
fairly close,
Right.
probably
Top with
only
the
about
fancy
50 feet
pants.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're seeing all of this happen. Are you doing anything?
Can I kind of? I mean, I'm gonna just. I'm so torn. I have to roll.
No, that's fair. I love doing that. I do that all the time.
I slow my run to like a walk, but I keep glancing over every
Okay.
once in a while,
And
and
so
eventually like stop. I don't know. Is there what are the buildings that are like immediately around me?
immediately around you, so you are in the trade wharf. Directly in front of you in this position would be the storied blade, which is open, and you can see that there is that Kenku. He's at the window watching this commotion.
So this whole is all visible from where I'm standing too, right? I didn't like
Yeah,
pass by
you're
buildings
you're
enough
only probably about at the edge of this grid over here.
Okay.
Like right over
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
not
alright,
not terribly
okay.
far.
okay, so there's nothing to like. Can I maybe like casually lean on like a barrel or something, and just kind of like blend in, being like, oh shit, it's a fight, but also like,
Make a stealth check at advantage.
wow, I rolled an 8 and an 8, so an 8.
Okay. you
Oh,
guys are
sorry,
doing-
11. That's
Okay.
actually,
Okay.
there's
Okay.
actually like a bar that I passed, maybe, hopefully.
It is fairly
Fingers crossed.
awkward.
Yeah.
And the
Gotta lean
barrel
on the
is a little
barrel.
shorter than you imagine it to be, but you do, you lean up, you're posted up there.
Yeah.
There is so much of a commotion at this point, though, nobody's paying any attention.
Exactly.
To
I
it.
just want to like kind of stand there and be like, okay, only if need be.
Yeah,
I
and,
want to see him
and
get out of this one on his own.
Captain's Keep is moving around you to the point where just standing back and holding back like this, it feels like you're in, like everything is sped up. Like there's a very, very abrupt commotion that's going on.
Okay.
You knowing the source of this. And I would say, what is your passive perception?
A 10.
A 10. Are you
The favorite number.
being snuck on your way over here? Okay, go ahead and roll
Yeah.
stuff.
One last thing before.
Sure.
How many feet away,
Exactly?
tactically, would you say that I am?
210.
Okay. Good to know.
All right, 25.
25. All right. So as a
Who's
big
that
group
all?
of people move in, you just kind of step into the group and disappear.
I would like to retcon.
You begin traveling.
I want to move exactly 120 feet away from where I recognize that Dragonborn,
Uh-huh.
standing over what I believe to recognize as Guntir.
Well, he picked me up now.
You recognize Guntir. The
Because I've
only
seen
thing that
his-
he has done as a disguise is take his beard and then like tie it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing the hats
And he's not
anymore.
wearing his hats, but it's Guntir.
Okay.
You've known him now at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. No
for a little
deception
bit
of
over a
his
month.
could probably
The many
disguise me.
faces.
He
So I'm
certainly
going to stand exactly 120 feet away.
Okay. So you. Okay, yeah, you approach without too much trouble. You see this, you lean up for a second, and as you watch things go down, and more people
Yeah,
begin
yeah.
to arrive.
I'm waiting for...
Make a perception check.
okay.
And actually, Ali, you make a perception check as
I'm
well.
waiting for a percent. Oh, fuck yeah. 19. Whatever.
Perceived
19,
things.
all right.
13.
13. All right. You see, coming from the direction of this large, the only iron side I think that you haven't been on yet, which is labeled on the map that I don't have out there, but I'll put out there.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's like the big keep one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is it's the Captain's Keep proper.
Yeah.
You see the crowd in that direction part,
Uh-huh.
and a very large man begin to make his way towards. This guy, clearly from Sunrest, has this tanned skin, orange hair, like a shock of orange hair. He would probably, I mean, he's moving his arms as if to shove people out of the way, but people are parting for this guy. Given your general intelligence, you can imagine this is the captain of Captain's Keep.
Yeah. And we saw him silhouetted against the night when
You
we were
did.
coming back.
And you can see the similar kind of, you would see, I guess, the most distinctive thing on the silhouette being this short sword that hangs on his side. Does seem to be abnormally clean,
Okay.
we'll say.
Glistening.
Well, especially considering where you are. It is a very clean weapon.
It is not
but
a
he
storied
is
weapon.
rapidly making his way towards Guntir.
Okay.
What was your perception of 13? You don't necessarily see that. You would see, as you approach, with the 13, not a whole lot. Most of what's been described, you don't notice this gentleman making his way towards. Shay,
Yes.
you, what are you doing? You are aboard the ship.
Where did we end up?
So you ended up. You're in the crow's nest.
Yes.
You're over along the. You're basically docked up next to where the wood line is on that wooded island.
Okay.
You're about an hour walk from the rest of this.
I mean, we're just waiting at this point, I guess.
Okay.
Unless there's any commotion going on down below.
Make a perception check. It is far away. What is happening?
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. Given that, what I would say is this. You wait. You've waited for a very long time. You remember Morwen going missing, Guntir going after them. Heinrich hasn't returned.
Yep.
At this juncture, you guys are getting pretty close to right around like 4 in the afternoon. It's been almost 2 hours.
Okay. They have until sundown.
Okay. You hang out in the crow's nest and just kind of kick up. It's a good thing you're not the primary damage dealer. That'd be rough if they got into a fight.
know.
So, Guntir, returning now to you. The crowd is getting a little bit more raucous. They're not real happy. Give me a second here. And so, as you sort of gather, I'm going to say, all of a sudden, whizzing by your head. No. What's your AC?
Oh, Jesus. It is a 16.
Sure. With an 18, a bottle is going to make solid impact with your head. You're gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as
They're stoning the old man.
you hear somewhere out in the crowd somebody shout, "Just get him!" And this bottle, and just it doesn't break, but it impacts you solidly on the side of the head with a loud thump. Your head bolts to the side a little bit, and people begin to close in.
What was that for?
At this moment, you would see, and you especially, this large man now making his way to the center brace. Let me grab him out.
During this too, can I be like I'm trying to like concert push to the front. You know, like I'm elbowing, like, you know, I'm scolding people for touching my boobs because I'm topless and this crowd of people.
I would say at this point,
Feminism.
Excuse you.
Excuse
you.
I've got my ball.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Heinrich is definitely really curious about this, knowing that Guntir is like clumsily crafty with this kind of shit. Oh look, it's the return of Ariadne. and
Maybe she'll help me.
and
What? Oh.
look that. Yeah. All right. So,
Hey, they're my friend.
Lauren,
back
you
together.
with your group that you've kind of infiltrated, emerge now, and you can see. Make an intelligence check. It's a low DC.
10.
There is a dwarf that appears to be in trouble. At this moment, there is this large dragonborn that I think you maybe met. You didn't meet him? Well, he has shatter scale.
I think I've seen him and I was told about it.
Yes, he has this sort of waxy-looking
I actually
pallor
wrote
to his
crusty
scales.
piss yellow.
I know you did.
Okay.
You shared that with all of us multiple times.
Good.
crusty piss and blue
And,
balls.
and you see this scene before you. However, you also see, and I do not have his name on this guarantee. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I think it's... Yeah, that's him. That's
Slaps
the
you.
captain of captains.
It's just a big red hand.
Master hand.
Say this is him because it's distinctive. Right? So this crowd now pushing in a little bit more.
Okay.
You would see him push his way through this huge orange-haired... That's not what he looks like. Orange-haired, dark-skinned individual.
That far away. Shit.
You see him rise up and grab this woman by the back of the hair with the short brown or short gray hair. She is the one that was the original. Where is she? Right there. Oh yeah. Oh buddy.
Oh no. That's a lot of rolls.
Rogues, man. As this individual grabs this gray-haired woman by the back of the head. He yanks her hair back and plunges his dagger straight into her throat. You being close enough hear the bone itself crack, and an impossible amount of blood seems to emerge out of her mouth before she slumps to the ground, dead.
Okay.
And you hear this individual, you see it's the steel dagger covered in blood in his hand. He throws it to his offhand and draws out a short sword, yelling, "Back the fuck up! Captain on deck!" And as he goes down, you would see the commotion very quickly die down. This is an individual who garners respect from a lot of the people in this area. And it gets very quiet. He looks around, the crowd now almost dead silent. And you would hear, and actually I'll give you some waves.
While this is happening, I think I've like stood up a little more straight and like have like an open hand just like starting to form. Into,
So making like the motion, but not actually.
No, I'm just kind of like moving my hand around, getting it limber and loose, ready just in case.
Okay, so just kind of start to move your hand a little
Yeah.
bit. Are you doing anything as this happens?
Is there any high up places nearby that I could potentially climb to get a better view?
So-
Because I can't see shit.
There are stairs that rise up about 10 feet to this top.
Wait, is this is all clustered with people though, technically, right?
So this is sort of the main level. This drops down 5 feet, that goes up 10 feet, this goes up 10 feet. So these are two little higher. There is a little roof over this that I did not bring. This appears to be like a soup shop, maybe, that was once a boat.
I want to get to a higher spot so I can get a better view.
I would say,
And if I, oh no, can I go snuck? Is everyone still?
if you want to stay hidden, you would need to stay with a group of people like that.
Okay then.
You can certainly do that. Okay, so,
Oh no, I'm saying I want to continue to get a better view.
to do what?
I want to continue to get a better view.
Okay. Okay. We'll get back to that in just a second.
Okay.
So, there's this tangible feeling of fear in the air. The captain looks at Ovark and then turns his attention to you, Guntir. Approaches, and he looms over you. He stands probably about 6'8". And for your form, even as a tall dwarf,
You're a short.
he's got a solid 3 feet on you. Very much human. And looking at him, he is not a Goliath. He's not some kind of abnormal creature. He's just a
He's a big
big
boy.
dude.
Big boy.
And he's young. He's probably in his 30s.
Big boy.
He kind of approaches and he levels the short sword to you. The dagger drips a single drop of blood onto the deck. The fuck happened, eh?
Someone cast a spell on me. I got put in darkness. I'm just trying to fish. I really am just trying to fish now.
Down and you see
Fishing for an idea.
there's no fishing equipment near you.
I pull out my high-load fishing gear, and I'm like,
Make a deception check. Make a deception check, we'll say.
Sweating.
You should leave him out of the
21.
frame. Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
It's gotta be.
Turns his attention to Ovark. And you, Dragonborn, what say you? And Ovark, turning, now looking very confused. I don't know. Turns around to everybody. What happened? And there is a general murmur that passes through. You hear a couple. Ooh. You see way over there a red-coated woman, probably late 40s, a little older. Her face is sun-beaten and worn. You can tell probably has spent a long time at sea. Points at you with one hand and just yells out, "He's casting magic!"
It wasn't me. I thought I went blind.
Going through the crowd, a general murmur of agreement. And Ovark looks back and forth. The captain now looming down at you. The crowd says one thing and you say another.
I'm just trying to fish. I'm a poor old man.
He looks around to the gathered crowd, sheathes the dagger, which is still covered in blood, and you would see like a little bit of blood kind of flow over the edges of the sheath as it sinks in. Pointing and leveling the sword, he swings it wide, gesturing at the whole crowd, actually causing Ovark to duck underneath. But as he does, what do we do to those who break the code? And from around you, a variety of people scream out everything from "Kill him!" You hear one very confused "Jail," but in general seems pretty negative.
I say
He takes one more step towards you, and Ovark kind of edges in just a little bit. Captain, I respectfully request you defer your judgment, as this is Captain's Keep, and this dwarf is one of Cord's. There's a moment where you hear people confused, talking. You would actually probably hear the same woman over there just kind of look up at the sky nervously, and then just go, "A trial!" And you hear now going up, "A trial!" And then from over on the other docks, "Yeah, give him a trial!" And soon you hear this, and the captain looking around, kind of, "Dwarf."
Yes.
Kind of gestures, and the crowd goes quiet. Cord is the only god here. The clerics speak true, dwarf. You will be judged by Cord.
Oh,
You said... Turns to Ovark, and then Ovark, edging in just a little bit. You said you were friends.
not many. I'm quite old. They've mostly passed.
Kind of turns to you. A little... Make a deception check.
Aww.
Poor Guntir.
Yeah, poor old
6.
Oh, jeez.
The captain now kind of takes you, and his hand folds all the way around your shoulder, going almost to your breastbone. But he turns you to face him. Jesus. He turns you to face him.
Yeah, Dwarves got stacks of nipples like running all the way up to the shoulder.
More nipples than Morwen.
Yeah,
It's
just like-
actually just one nipple, but stacked.
It's kind of like a suspenders
normal
of nipples
I
that
was
go up
thinking
and over
kind
the
of
shoulder.
like the nesting dolls, but just nipples.
Oh, okay.
You take one off, it's a smaller one.
It's
okay.
a cord of nipples.
Oh no! Oh.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Oh god.
No. Ew.
Old man,
Yes.
be you a captain or be you a crew?
Whatever you need me to be.
I need you to be honest.
Well, if you've got the time, I've got quite the story, but it seems like I'm a bit pressed for time, so I guess I could say I'll be your crew.
He looks a little bit...
I don't think that's what he was
Confused.
asking.
Nope.
Ovark leans in. He means you can bring people with you to the trial. So
Oh,
if you have friends or allies or something, now's the time.
What's this trial about? Is it like trial of might?
what exactly does this trial pertain? If I may be so bold as to ask.
The captain smiles and says, "You will find out. If you have a crew, now is the time to try to get some kind of assistance. But if you do not, you can face it alone. Know this. The trial of thunder has claimed better men than me. Those who leave walk away enlightened. The sea priest is the only one I know. Those who don't, you won't be a problem for us anymore."
Fair enough.
He gestures out. "You!" And he points, and everybody turns. There's this kind of path, and it clears right next to you, actually. You stand up looking like that. The woman in front of you with the red
Do I
coat.
see her?
I would say, given the direction, yeah, you would see Morwen
like,
now proudly standing up.
But I'm not gonna say it yet because I'm like, oh shit.
You see Morwen stand up straight, and then the woman in the red coat kind of lean in. Yeah. Gretchen, I name you Palist. Speak to the dwarf, find his allies, and bring them to me. We will begin. And he turns, sheathes his sword, and begins to walk. There is, now that this has kind of occurred, and as he leaves the area, there is a little bit more activity, and then people begin to talk again. There is a very large circle around you in Ovark, and the body of this woman who is kind of bleeding and very much dead on the docks. He turns to you, and you can see this woman right here kind of making her way towards you. Morwen, you doing anything?
I'm gonna follow her at a not sketchy distance.
A not sketchy distance? What would that distance be for those not using sketchy?
Is it still relatively crowded?
Yes.
So then enough that like there's a few people that can pass.
Okay,
but
so like
keeping
15
an eye
feet?
on her, yeah.
Okay. You follow with a little bit of a distance in between. We'll put you right. We're going to say that she's going to get to you so that you're sticking right down here. Heinrich, you see Morwen now kind of approaching on the docks, staying with this crowd. But especially when that area was pointed to, you would have seen kind of this reveal. This woman approaches you, kind of looks you up and down. She's human. So who do you want?
I look over.
You can pick 5 for the trial.
5. I look over to the Dragonborn. I'm like, you want to be on my team?
You see across his face like a little bit of a smile. The Studstone Keep can wait. Cord seems to be giving me something of a message.
All right. 4 more.
If you don't have friends, I can probably round up a couple more people.
Can I hear this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll step forward.
Huh? You came for me.
Yeah.
And you see a Morwen now just emerge from the
All
crowd.
right. All right. Only 3 more.
And I get down and I say, if we survive this, those hats are mine.
My nuts.
Your hats.
Ovark leans in, and he's tall, so he comes down to your guys' level, both being about the same height, I think, actually. You're 5'2", so you're a little taller than him. But Ovark leans down.
I slouch.
Oh, you're 5'2".
I slouch.
Oh, because I'm 5'2".
I slouch.
Fair enough. What are we whispering about?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out the
That I slouch.
last 3 members of our formidable crew.
So was this announced
I
loudly
actually
enough?
know where I could probably find somebody. They're supposed to meet me. Give
Hold
me
on.
just a second. I'm going to go get them. And Ovark turns
Hold on,
and begins
hold on.
walking.
Was this
down
loud
the dock.
enough? Like, did
Can
it,
I have more than 5?
Who are you saying that to? Gretchen?
Yeah.
Aren't you a chosen of Cord? So very much like Cord's symbol, there's 6 points. So 6. You're 1 and then 5.
Right. Because it's a trial of cord. Of course. I knew that.
What-
I was just wondering because there could be some
Make a deception
house rules.
House
rules. She looks about
5e
the
is a
dock
pretty
very
fluid system. You can kind of bend it as you
It's an
want.
8.
Talon says you don't have friends, you have servants.
Jesus.
8.
In his mind.
You're kind of like,
At best.
At best.
So would I have heard anything announced, by the way?
you would have heard him, everything that he said, you would have heard.
Like announced that, you need people, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I'm aware that he's looking for people, not just...
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
You can assume whatever you
No,
want.
no, that's fine. I just wanted to know what I
Gunter's gonna
heard.
do.
What I heard. Cause
I personally have no idea what Gunter's going to do.
No, that's fine.
So, yes, you would have heard.
I'm going to slowly start making my way and just, keeping an eye on...
I need clothes. I need my clothes back before we do this.
Are you still naked?
I'm topless.
Okay, fair enough.
I have,
That's
I
right. We
have
did the
his
mud
fancy
shit.
pants
We
on.
did,
right,
the
yeah.
mud shit.
Do you say you need clothes?
Yes.
I thought I gave you, full clothes.
You gave me pants.
I thought I
I'm
gave you
gonna,
a full regalia.
Take
It was
out,
just pants.
It was
Yeah,
just
just
pants.
I
I'm
do
gonna
remember
take
now.
out
Right,
my
because we need to
sheepskin
look
coat,
shitty. Yeah.
And I'm like, here, take this. Or don't, but
You take it, and it doesn't. The way that you pick it up, you imagine that the garment will kind of flow over your fingers, and it doesn't. It's kind of rigid. But you take it. It's a little
Crusty.
It's stiff.
Can I like crack it?
No. Make a strength check.
Like a glow
I
stick.
will.
Glow stick.
7.
7. You kind of go to try to crack it, and it moves up on you, but it's like a solid piece. It just kind of goes up and then down. It doesn't actually crack per se.
I slowly start walking towards everything.
Okay. You see Ovar go, and he goes towards the forest island, and then just stands on the dock and seems to be waiting. You approach. You see Morwen, Gretchen, this red-coated individual, brown hair, in her 40s, very, very weather-beaten skin, and you see Guntir, all standing in a circle. You see Guntir's nose, kind of, but your eyes really filter it out over time.
There's some in the fridge.
So I don't see him yet.
Who? Henrik? I would say you probably see
Yeah,
Henrik.
I'm like walking up to you.
So I'm gonna be like, Hendrik, you came! Great! So that's 2 more. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank y'all.
Wait,
This
do we have
pretty
time
good.
before
Do
this?
you want to be on my team? I say to Gretchen.
Where- situation?
No.
Find the extra people.
Fair
around
enough.
here.
What's,
Okay.
You
what's,
don't
what
really know
exactly
anything
is...
about the trials, do you?
I'm going to talk to
I mean-
her and be like, what exactly is going on?
I'm not from here, so
That is very clear. You are not from here either, though.
No.
The Trials of Cord, very specifically, it's about balance. This temple is old, and it symbolizes the different elements that make up a storm. It is more than just thunder and lightning. Cord storms move the earth, and its lightning creates fire. There's balance within a storm. And this is what this temple was originally built to represent. Through the murmuring grove, and then down into the deep wood, is where the temple is. But there is something that guards it, and not many people come back.
Okay, so what is this trial you said?
There's a number of steps.
Go
so
on.
like we're gonna.
Do we have
climb-
time? Do
If
we
I'm
have
to
time
participate-
I'm not going to invoke the captain's wrath. You could ask him, and it's up to him if he chooses to reveal it.
I'm gonna ask her how much time do we have to prepare.
Well, as soon as this crew is named, then we are to report to the market center. I would imagine no more than an hour. But you'll be given time before the actual trial. Assuming the captain doesn't kill you outright, which he does sometimes.
So then, Joe question:
Joe answered.
am I able to go back to the forest, pick up all my shit, and come back within that time?
You could get there.
Like with like my feline agility and.
You could get there.
God,
And
well,
also, you could maybe make a snack.
I'm assuming...
I've got stuff.
No, I just want to go there, and I just want to get.
It's
my
about an
stuff
hour
in.
walk to get there.
So I'm
So if I
assuming
run-
that...
45 minutes.
I'm assuming that if we have time after the crew being named, that we would have time to go and get the stuff. We would be... Sorry,
You
I'm talking,
were-
to,
Oh,
talking to
sorry.
her now.
Sure.
I assume that if, after naming the crew, we would have time to make preparations and gather things.
And you're talking to Joe?
No,
Talking to Gretchen.
Gretchen.
You will have a day to get everything that you need in order. I would recommend visiting the Undertaker and making your preparations in that way.
I don't need
he'll
one,
make
it's
himself.
fine.
He'll make himself known to you. The actual announcement of the crew and the determination on the entirety of the trial will be made in the town center. So you'll learn more there.
And within an hour.
Correct.
So we got the...
We should really go. I would probably suggest going sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well then we'll see everyone there in the town center.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I'm supposed to go and fetch anybody that you guys need. So if
Ah.
All right.
I mean, the
let's think
ship's
about it.
too far. Period. Like we can't
Oh, it
make it
is?
there. It's farther than where we make camp. It's out to sea.
it's not out to sea, but
Well,
it's
No,
deep
it's-
into the
it's-
island for
yeah,
sure.
it's farther.
It's a way.
No, you're right.
Far enough out that like a one-way trip would take more than an hour.
They're
to
not
get there.
in a temple, however. The thing that is happening for those of you just joining is Guntir is himself in a little bit of a situation.
That's
and
pretty huge.
rather than just
You
getting
could
straight
send
up
Gretchen
murdered,
to
he is going to
Kalos,
be
though.
going to the Temple of Kord, the only god worshipped in this
Because
town.
if her job is to fetch people, if you're naming people off the crew.
Yeah.
She was named the parlayist,
Right.
which means that her job is to facilitate everybody getting there.
So if
So
we
then
send
her job
her
is
to
to
like,
fetch
there's a
us.
ship out to sea, like just off the harbor, yay far away. Like she would be able to go and get them. Is that
That seems
The
to be what you're
dragon-
saying.
okay?
That
Then
is
let's
her
have her
job.
go tell people.
The Dragonborn also said he knows people.
Huh?
The Dragonborn also said he knows people.
We shouldn't.
Guntir, speak. What?
We shouldn't go to the place that you're thinking we should go.
Well, it seems like if you have a crew, that is where you would
No,
find
yeah,
yourself.
we-
this
the-
guy had some people. Grab your friends.
Yes,
this
this guy had some people. You have friends, right? Cord will help us. He will guide us all.
You call out to the Dragonborn who's walked about 400 feet down and is waiting
Oh, he's gone.
on the dock. for
And I
someone.
would be like, I would kind of call out to him.
Okay.
What was his name again?
Ovark.
Ovark. Be like, oh, Ovark, was it?
And you see far down the docks this yellow scaled face turn. Oh!
And I kind of just like hold up at him like,
He kind of begins to walk back over and turns to you as he arrives. This is the guy I was talking about.
yeah,
We're not going to go to the keep anymore. We have a new plan.
So
yeah. This
was your friend.
Acquaintance.
You got any more?
He looks at the dead woman on the docks. Well, not presently, no.
why
all
shouldn't we
right, I'm
send her to
taking
the
off.
ship?
All right, I'm taking off the coat, giving it back, and I'm gonna wander off into
yeah, sure.
some crowd of people.
Very sure, actually, we
like,
can't do that.
All boobs up, like somebody please help me.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
covered in mud and wearing a hard, crusty.
No, just took the coat off.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
fuck, okay.
wasted a 20,
I'm
but
gonna go
13, and I'm doing a what?
Wait.
It is persuasion.
And put
Persuasion?
it on her and
Okay,
cast
so-
guidance and be like, cover
I got a
yourself back
21.
up.
Okay, roll a d4 and add that as well.
Because guidance. 23.
23.
Okay, so as you take off the jacket, kind of drop it, Guntir scoops it up and gently places it around your shoulders. And as he does, there's this burst of warmth that kind of spreads across you, and you feel,
Like a warm dwarf in a hug.
you feel.
I've never felt one of those before.
I haven't either.
Interesting.
You feel a little more sure of yourself, and as you say this and kind of perk up a little bit, a lot of eyes turn to you.
Good.
Um,
Want 'em.
You see in that area this big orc. This big orc look you up and down. He rips off. You hear this cloth actually tear. This really fairly stained yellow cloak. He just hands it to you.
All right, that looks like a good sign. So you're in?
You're in? Yellow cloak?
I'm like pointing to the big orc, like,
Will you help us with this trial?
The trial of Cord.
yeah.
No.
Oh,
Are you doing this trial?
test your might.
Can I have my cloak back?
But I thought you gave it to me for good luck on my die. Can I have it?
You are going to die. I thought maybe late.
Then you can get it back later.
Oh, hey, maybe if you help us, we'll not die.
Can you give us some
Turns
tips?
and just walks away. He's not messing around with people who are on the captain's
he
bad
was
side.
big.
You could, maybe buy some friends if you need more people.
Wait, do we want that guy?
So,
Hey, I'll give you some money if you help. He
make a
was
persuasion
walking
check.
away.
Do you intend to give him money?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Some small amount. That's 15.
There's a slight hesitation, and then he continues to walk.
Okay, never mind then. Safe travels.
Something that you need to understand, Dwarf. You are probably not going to survive. You're asking people to walk to their death.
But I'm gonna pay them.
It's hard to spend money when you're dead.
Fair enough. Well,
Why don't we just.
I guess,
Why don't we
last
Tell me what it's not
call.
a bad idea.
Anyone wanna get some money? Test their strength? Help an old dwarf out?
At this point, Gretchen would kind of sigh exasperatedly and say, "You're going to have a really hard time finding people to help you here because you're going to die. So my recommendation is pick people that you know if you have any more."
I just interrupt. I'm like, there's a boat off the coast just outside. Shut up. If we're going to die, we're going to die. If they know that we're the people from before, then they'll clear us if we do this trial. It doesn't matter.
Are you saying this out loud?
Not in earshot. Well, like kind of mumbling.
I mean,
mumbling to him.
you're all standing
I
within
like,
5 feet.
and I'm like quietly as best as I can.
Make
Charlie Brown
a-
teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll call it sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand to
Sleight of
like
mouth.
sleight my hand.
You're,
Sleight
just
of
kinda,
mouth.
you're trying to sneak an aside in. It's-
Sleight of hand or okay. I mean, whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
if you can argue something else, I'll let you do
Deception
it.
in a way of like
You're not.
deceive her ears with
Sure,
mumbling.
Sure. Give it a deception roll. We'll give it a try. You guys need help.
There we go. This is a nice 22.
Okay.
Take those.
We're like, listen, like if we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
And
If
you
we
can
don't
see
have
she
people
turns and
that I
kind of
ha-
watches
if-
Morwen's very
we don't
strange
have
interaction
help-
with the orc.
I mean, if we get our friends to come and help us, like yeah, sure, that we're the same people that caused a ruckus, but like, it seems like the law of might is like the point of this place. Like
Alright.
they might
again,
forgive whatever it even was that
So-
happened, like her kids falling asleep, like whatever. She just yelled help. We just ran. That's it. Some woman just got stabbed who was just
I
standing
was
there.
doing her a favor. Okay, fine. Fine. You got me. You got me.
Gretchen's kind of looking out and watching some other things.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
There's a monk on a ship.
And a furbolg.
Oh,
We
don't
want
bring
the
him in.
fur
Don't
ball.
bring him in. No, leave
who's on
Thistle
number
alone.
6?
Thistle doesn't have to do this.
I'm gonna. Who's
You know
on number
Thistle's gonna
6?
join in as soon as anything is
Don't
said.
bring Kaelin because I
You
like
know
him.
Thistle's gonna join in as soon as
No,
anything is
no,
said.
no.
No.
People could be a dark horse.
Okay, maybe.
Just tell Shay the
If
situation.
we're not going to get anybody, we should just go.
No,
to
go
the-
get the monk on the ship. She's like, and I point in the direction of the ship.
She kind of looks across.
I help him.
towards the
I help him.
forest
Like
region.
he means there's a ship that's more just off the coast of the deforested area on the northern side. What was it?
Yeah, we gotta ride over
Northern
here.
side.
Northern side of the island.
Okay.
You can't miss it.
She'll.
About how far away is it?
Like an hour.
45 minute
Jog.
quick walk. Fast paced walk.
Hey, that's your job, right? You said this is your job to go get people.
I was given this job. I'm a carpenter, but yes, I will get your crew because I don't wish to join any of you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good.
Is there perhaps something that would help me get there quicker? Time is of the essence to you, dwarf.
Wait, is there no magic allowed on this island?
I don't know.
Matt,
You,
as
like,
far as you
just-
know, yeah, within Captain's Keep, there's
don't
nothing
have
mentioned about magic. Magic itself, not illegal.
Okay. So you can't though.
I
You can't do
have
your
2
zoom
spells.
zoom zoom.
I have 2 spells per short rest.
I mean, I could.
And we can hopefully have a full day before this trial.
I could
for you to
command her to
refill
run,
them.
but I don't think that's gonna make her any faster.
yeah.
I was thinking more something shiny.
Oh,
bribing her.
I,
Bribe.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Greasing of the palms.
Greasing my palms.
I just thought maybe
I've
if you
been
wanted
around,
your
I've
crew
been
to arrive
around.
in a timely manner.
I'd pull out
I totally don't use this.
5 of the fake gold pieces.
Okay.
Fucking Jesus. Even in the face of death.
And
Of course.
I don't know
expect
why I
Anything
expected
else?
anything
Oh,
else.
there you
how's
And-
that?
there it is.
I'll get your friends right away. And she takes off. Like quick walk, borderline. You know, this is like the grandma walking in the food court at 8 a.m. Like really power walking her way there. You have sufficiently motivated her. A car might work, but unfortunately, outside of Stoneflow, not a whole lot like that. So
All right.
there's a brief moment where the three of you are left alone.
Wow.
I
There are-
just slap.
there
I
are-
slap Guntir. I just slap him in the face like as hard as I can.
What was
Roll
that
attack.
for?
20.
Go ahead and roll damage.
It's
No,
just
don't
unarmed
worry,
strike.
it's too bad.
It's
Okay.
on.
Well, no, I'm not
Plus
trained in it.
modifier.
I'm not trained in it. I thought it was just like
It's
1
just-
point.
it's one
Oh, yeah,
point.
sorry.
So
you're
it's
not
2
trying
points of
to-
of honor.
No, because you double the dice roll.
Oh, okay.
So it's 1 point of damage, but it's a really big point.
It's
like a loud. And you are left with this red, almost the color of Heinrich's
skin.
hand. It's like he transferred his skin tone onto your face.
Photo negative of the hamburger helper.
Yeah, very much.
I'll take it back if we survive this.
I'm old.
I kind of liked our psychic plan we had before better. I just want to reveal it since we're not going to do it anymore.
No, we've,
Okay,
we've
this
still
is a
got
good-
our ace in the hole.
Your friend pointed out every single attack on Guntir in our campaign that was not from an enemy has landed. It's so very true.
He has deserved every single
He
one.
has.
for sure,
He
yeah.
has.
I want to
So-
say that there's an aside that we have where we discuss. I was like, hey, if this happens again, I had this idea, and then he says it back to me.
Don't you worry.
So
I've
that-
got
Okay.
So that
sure.
now we have like a rapport for this
You
like
guys have
plan
a
that we
rough
may have come
plan.
up with.
Should
Yeah.
something like this happen again?
Yeah.
I'm introducing myself to the Dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, so, who are you, tall, yellow, and handsome?
He turns and
Crusty.
kind of starts for a
Crusty.
second because you are still topless.
He's a man of the cloth.
He immediately just goes, "Oh, you're kind of naked. I don't know if you know.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Do you want like a?"
I'm good. What's your name?
Um,
Can't cut your tongue? What's up?
He's kind of like looking everywhere but at you. Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
But
That's not. I'm not. I'm Uvark.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yep.
I'm Morwen. This is... No, I'm just kidding.
All right, Morwen, that's really great. Hey, we're gonna be kind of probably fighting some stuff, so maybe armor would be a good bet for you. It's really hot, and he kind of like pulling at the elements of the plate mail armor that he's wearing.
You're
Turns.
funny.
If shit goes south,
Uh,
I'm gonna pretend to die.
we know. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the. Yeah. And then I have that to get your.
what's your name,
certificate.
dwarf?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. So
Why?
here's the thing.
Now we have to say it.
I can tell somewhere within you there is Cord's mark. I can feel it. It's something that I feel just like I feel that mad dragon within the Stetson keep.
Yeah.
But you don't see him real noble or in any way kind of powerful.
Well, you know, looks can be deceiving.
All right, we can go with that. So here's kind of the thing
Cord
though.
works in mysterious ways.
He does. That's kind of his whole thing. I think something that you got to be prepared for. With something you really need to be prepared for here. How much do you know? You must know something about Cord. I don't see any kind of symbology on you, so I don't know how you're connected to him.
I dabble.
So nothing. You know nothing about the god that for some reason has taken interest in you.
Well, I know that, you know, he's persistent.
That is a word you can use to describe him.
Yeah, you really got to appreciate that about him. He's really got that down. Yeah? What do you
All right,
know?
before we go into this, I'm gonna just real quick. All right, you
Hi.
Put the
kind of
put the sheepskin back on.
Okay. Thank you. Because we're all going into this together,
I know nothing about Cord. Tell
let's
me about him.
let's head towards the market. Let's walk and talk.
Yeah.
All right. What?
You
Here's a
guys-
thought.
Okay.
How about instead of walking and talking to the market, we walk and talk away from this whole situation?
Well, that is an idea. One thing you really got to know about Cord is he's not a huge fan of cowards.
Cool.
And
Let's
so-
go to the market.
All right. And he turns, and as you guys begin to walk, you guys following? Okay. You begin to progress, and as you do, to get to the market, the fastest way would be to walk along the outer brace. You could also, if you chose, cut through the sort of the warrens and strange little docks that make up sort of the poorer part of town. Which way do you guys want to go?
You're leading. I'm hanging back in Warren and asking if she got that rapier she had her eye on.
along the
Not
docks
yet.
or
But
the...
if we survive,
Outer brace?
might treat myself.
You all make your way along the outer brace, and as you do, you can tell it's a day has passed since you've been there. The merchants are all different. That drow that was selling the portraits is gone. You see no sign of the portraits. You don't see the cobbler anymore. However, you do see a couple other people. Actually, a wide variety of people, but why don't we say... Who's leading the way? You are. Roll a perception check. You're a hit magnet, Guntir.
That's a 9.
You see a 5'10"
What's your passive?
human male.
Can't you never
Actually,
go below
yeah, I
your
guess my
passive?
passive's 14.
Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah.
That's better.
You
Yeah.
see two. One of them is this 5'10" human male. The way that he looks, constantly eyes shifting around. He has a slight palsy to his hand. You can see it shakes ever so slightly. He has no eyebrows, and a portion of his hair is singed off the front. So, in front of him, you can see there is these 3 wicker baskets, and one of the tops and one of them are off. Guntir, you are familiar with what is inside. There are sticks of dynamite. Beyond him, there is perhaps an elf with a 14. Kind of hard to tell, but there is something troublingly familiar. There are these eyes, and as her eyes shift up, there are these points of glowing green-white light. She wears a straw hat, and just peeking out from the tips, you see a little bit of hair, and it's almost a silvery green. Guntir, you would recognize an Eldrin. Very uncommon within the material plane. She nods to you and then casts her eyes about, continuing to scan along the docks.
She's selling shit.
She's sitting in front of a very unusual vessel. Morwen, make an intelligence check.
Yay!
And you can add your proficiency modifier to it as well.
Yay!
20 what?
It 20.
38.
Just roll-
15.
yeah.
15? With the 15...
Wait,
yeah,
no, I'm
With your
so wrong.
proficiency?
Okay.
No, it's 17.
A 17. Cool. You can tell this is a ship called a vulture junk. It's a very large barge-like vessel. On the top, not huge, but you would know beneath there are several cargo holds that go down. It is a deep ship designed to haul large amounts of cargo over relatively calm water. They're built out west. They're not from around here, so you are fairly familiar with them.
Ooh. I say.
I would say with the yep.
I say. Hello, in Elvish, and keep walking.
Her eyes immediately fix on yours, and there's an intensity to them that's almost uncomfortable. And now that her focus is on you, it's hard to tell how old she is. She could be 20, she could be 40, thinking about her elven heritage, because you
13
do
or
see
30.
these incredibly long, sharp ears. She could be 200. It's very hard to tell. But in Elvish, she responds, "Salutations. Are you here to shop?"
Hopefully we'll live another day to do so.
Well, I'll be gone after another day. And I can assure you, you will not find any of these wares anywhere else.
I'm gonna walk.
Oh shit, what you got?
Yeah, we have time.
We do?
Yeah, I'm walking
You
up.
should
I'm
get
like,
that fucking
hey, I
dynamite.
haven't seen one of you in a while.
Even Ovark at that comment goes, "Oh man, you can't say that."
What?
Excuse my friend.
What?
I say in Elvish.
What?
She
What?
sighs, and in
And I
Elvish,
bow down a little like I'm sorry.
in Elvish, she does just she does a small gesture.
Racist piece of shit.
What? I haven't seen. You're like. I mean, I'm
I put a cap on his
287
mouth.
years old.
Cap on his mouth to
No
muffle
problem.
Cap
it.
on his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
gonna
you-
try to discern her age.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm
Make
wandering
an
over.
investigation check.
I'm
that would
wandering
be-
over to Dynamite because I saw Gunter's
that's-
eyes.
Okay, so
like
you kind of
15.
pass by, or actually that's in front.
That's
So you-
before, yeah.
As they go
I'm
on,
gonna stop
you
short and just
so
like
we'll get back to that.
Yeah,
in a second.
exactly.
15. She's older. Looking at her face and really looking. You've met Eladrin before. Definitely older than the last one you met, and it's really hard to tell, but there are just the faintest lines kind of around her eyes, and the look. Although she doesn't have any pupils, it is an intense gaze. But she shifts it back and kind of
No
begins to talk
disrespect.
to
No
you.
disrespect. I just.
In
you know,
Elvish, she
kindred
says,
spirits.
"It is okay. In Captain's Keep, there are many unenlightened folk. I'm happy to hear you speak the native tongue.
Oh, thank you.
Unusual for a tabaxi.
Yeah, it's a long
Although,
story.
and she looks at you, and there is this moment you can swear you see her eyes glow ever so slightly brighter. Oh, there's more to you than there appears to be.
I blush underneath.
You're not tabaxi, are you?
Do you have any armor?
Don't you?
Your secrets can be your own. I have everything. What
And I'm
kind of
gonna
armor?
turn to you guys and be like, let's go shopping.
What's she saying?
She's got stuff.
Oh, what kind of stuff? What kind of stuff do you have?
I sense that you are not elvish, but you can call me Max. It's a lot easier to pronounce than my actual name.
You can call me Morwen.
Max
That's
and Morwen.
just my name.
That's fair. You were looking for armor. I might have something for you. Turns and looks to you, and now dropping the elvish and speaking in common.
Hey,
Hello. I have things for sale, but they're very expensive.
well, I have gold for sale if you've got things that will keep me from dying.
Gold for sale.
She looks
Love
at
it.
you, and again, for a minute, you feel. You know what? You're. Make an intelligence.
Smiling.
Make an intelligence check.
A big old smile. That's
Better.
kind of better. It's like a 15 again.
Ah. So you don't really see much. You see her eyes glow ever so slightly. A cleric. Interesting.
Yeah, sure.
You need something to keep you from dying. I have just the thing for you.
Oh, yeah?
You ever heard of a resurrection stone?
Oh, shit.
No, but I like how it sounds.
You like how it works.
I was expecting like half-drink potions of healing.
I was
For your
expecting the Elder
rudeness.
Wand.
So a resurrection stone for you.
How
Some
much?
kind of armor for you.
How much are we talking?
Please. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. We're going to this trial, and we're kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Okay.
they keep talking about this thing.
Excuse my English. My common.
Pardon her comment.
Please, there's no need to be overly formal with me. What I will say is I don't take coin. I'm much more interested in trade. Now, if you had enough coin, it is useful, and I
Okay,
could
well,
use
what
it.
do you want to trade? You want some cards? You got some? Pull out the fishing. I love fishing gear again.
Let me show you what I have, and then you can maybe offer me something actually valuable. Just a moment.
Fair enough.
Armor. What sort of armor are you looking for?
I need something lightweight but durable.
Roll a persuasion check.
Farts. 11.
11. Okay. At the moment, I wouldn't say that I have anything light and durable that would meet the standards that I think you need. I do have something that you could wear that might make you more protected in a different way.
I'm listening.
All right. One moment. And she turns, and as she does, this cloak sort of swirls, and you see these almost sparkles sort of emerge from the bottom of them.
They're pretty.
And she makes her way onto the junk and disappears. About 20 minutes pass. This is very odd for you. It's a big ship downstairs, not that big. Weird. She comes back up carrying this long, almost like a garment bag made out of some kind of a hempen material. And also, a little bit more interesting to you, this box. Wooden. She holds that, tucks it under her arm, and takes the garment bag in an Elvish. If you have gold, I'll take it. He has to trade.
Okay.
What I have here, and you don't hear this, you hear Elvish. He pulls across, she pulls apart these clasps, and underneath is a relatively normal brown cloak. Or sorry, it's a gray cloak. A little stained. It's very, very... Okay, what I will say is the stains themselves seem like they're part of the material because the cloak itself seems very clean. It's certainly magical. She takes it, and as she twirls it, you see her form vanish and become replaced with a probably about 4 foot tall wooden crate.
Oh. Extra sneaky. I'd say to myself.
And the crate disappears, and she is there now wearing this gray cloak. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
Yes. And it was found on the Vigilant Coast. The Blackheart company sold it to me, or traded it, more accurately. If this would be interesting to you and you have something to trade or money to spend, I'd be happy to part with it. Turns to you.
You got more of those?
No.
Oh.
Pops open this box, and inside, roughly this size, there's a perfect oval. Translucent in some angles, but opaque in others. It's this piece, almost like quartz. And it looks at first as if it has these veins of pure gold that run through it, but upon closer inspection, these are divine runes. And they are in Dwarvish, and they speak of a resurrection magic. You would guess, based on just reading it and being a cleric, using this stone, you could cast resurrection one time. After that, this stone would turn into just probably another kind of gem and just a little bit less value. But it would revert to its original form before the enchantment took place.
Well, alright. This looks like a thing.
It is. It's a resurrection stone.
Alright. So how much?
What do you have to offer for something relatively valuable?
I'm gonna like pull out the fishing gear again. Like, oh, you didn't want that.
Turns back to you while he goes through all these pockets.
How much for this cloak?
Elvish?
Yes. While I'm talking to her, I'll say otherwise if I'm not speaking Elvish to her.
I'm gonna pull out the zebra dildo.
Okay, we're going to get back to that in just a second.
God.
Thinking about the market price of an item like this, given that I'm getting a chance to speak my mother tongue, which is so pleasant, at a discount, we'll say 1,100 gold pieces.
How much for the stone?
Do you wish to purchase it for your friend?
Potentially.
I saw the look that you gave for the price of the cloak. I would imagine the stone is a little bit out of your range. The going rate is about 3,000 gold pieces. They're quite rare.
Wow. Okay. Guntir, you better dish out some fancy stuff. I'll say in common to you.
I
Obviously.
pull out
Meanwhile,
fancy gnome clothes. Like this fancy?
Everything that you pulled out this far, she glances at and then goes back to talking to Morwen. Nothing has caught her attention even in the slightest. You, approaching this very nervous-looking man,
I can imagine.
he looks up at you, his eyebrows gone, giving him an
Seems like
even
he's
more
got a
shocked
short
expression.
fuse.
Are you looking to buy something?
What? And I like point to.
Oh, down here.
What,
down here.
what are you selling?
This is very. You need to be very gentle in how you handle this. He reaches down and he bobbles one of them and then kind of grabs it.
I don't know what it is, so I'm just standing like
almost
normally.
really bad. Oh, almost really bad. Oh, almost really bad. Oh, okay. This is dynamite. You light this end. And he holds out and you can see.
Oh,
there's
it's like a
this
flame,
little
and I thaumaturgy like an illusory flame for like a
He
second.
throws it, and you see, and it just kind of plops into the ocean.
Oh,
Oh, that's really bad. You
Well,
can't
what
do
is
that.
it?
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
what does it do? And I
Just
just,
put it. Thank you.
Yeah.
It will blow up. It'll blow up. It'll blow all of
well, it
us
wasn't a
up.
real flame. Don't worry.
Okay.
And I do it again. I'm just like,
No, okay,
see,
but
it's. I was kidding. I'm sorry.
kind of holds one hand out and passes it through.
It's a joke. It's,
Oh, okay.
what is it?
It's dynamite.
Yeah, what does it do?
explodes. You light it and you throw it and it explodes. Or you can light it and place it gently
Explodes?
into it, like yes, much like a fire, but instead of small,
Like
in every
fireball.
place- What?
There's a magic. It's magic.
No. This was created by me, and what you do is you take. Well, it's pretty gross, but you take urine.
Why do I always end up with the Bernals?
You just roll it together, and then eventually it'll explode.
Okay.
But the one thing is, it is not temperamental. It's a little bit temperamental. And so what happens is, sometimes it'll just blow up in your hand.
Okay.
And so far, it hasn't really happened to. Well, one mistake, but hasn't really happened to me. But what I would say, just for you, if you would like, I could sell it to you at a very special deal.
Okay. I mean, I'm about to go face some perils that sound like maybe blowing shit up would be cool.
It would be really cool. It would be really, really, really cool.
Okay, yeah, what's this special deal here?
Well, usually they sell for maybe 15 gold pieces a piece. But I can tell you're in a little bit of a rush, and you're with a very
Better be a
strange group of
fucking
friends.
that's an expensive explosion there.
And so in terms of the actual effect of this,
Okay.
what it is it's something that you can throw. The range on it is
It's like
up to
20.
50 feet.
20 accurate, 50 max range?
Right.
Yeah.
25 accurate, 50
Okay.
max. And then it would deal 3d6 damage in a 10-foot radius, as well as potentially knocking down
Nice.
the creatures around it.
That's not bad.
It's great. Now,
15 per, that's a little...
There'll be a deal. 4 for 40, we could say. But the one thing that you do need to understand is that when you do light it and it explodes, it's gone. So it's one-time use. One-time use.
I see.
One-time use.
So, 30 for 4 explosions.
What?
30 for 4 explosions?
But they're really big explosions.
So that 20 per explosion, that's 5 gold per explosion.
Well, yeah, I guess.
20? Alright, deal.
What? Make a persuasion check.
I was wondering if you were actually catching that or not.
Yes, I was.
Every single time, just lowering it. Persuasion?
Hmm?
Oh, come on, give me advantage for that. It was really clever. Alright, that's still not bad. 14.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Sure. And I, take off the haversack and, put it down.
Reaches down, and you can see he gently picks them up, and he kind of takes one.
Do I need to, wrap them in something to keep them safe?
Oh, I would, yeah.
Do you have anything? How are you keeping them so unsafely?
Oh, well, so they just
Do you,
display at the basket.
Do you,
What
do
I
you
actually...
transport them in anything safe that I could, wrap them in?
Yes, but they store 20, and so I would need to empty out 20, and then I don't know where to put them.
Well,
so,
that's no good.
Unfortunately, yes. However, the bag that you have, if you just wrap things around
Okay.
the individual sticks and then kind
Yeah.
of tuck it in, it'll be fine.
Sure, okay.
I'm sure it'll
and
be fine. It'll be
yeah.
fine. It'll be fine.
You know what? You got yourself a deal.
Say it one more time and I'll believe you.
So I'll and you've caught on. Actually, he does seem to be making himself feel better through repetition.
Yeah.
So
20.
20. Do you have the coin?
Yeah, and I produced 20.
He
And I
pulls
just
it out, and
I kind of I clasp his hand together. I'm like,
Thank you. It's a funny thing, being around too many explosions.
Yeah.
You just kind of get and he drops a coin and picks it up. You get a little shaky. Just a
okay.
little shaky.
So I pull out the elvish cloak thing, being that that's the only cloak that I think I have.
Yeah.
That's thick enough.
Okay.
And do a put one down,
Roll it.
wrap it, put another one down,
Okay.
wrap it for just the two of them.
Sure.
And then I put those two in one of the side pouches.
Oh, okay.
And then I pull out and see what's another one. What else do I have? I think I have another bound leather. No.
So
no.
while you figure this out,
Yeah, well, I'm gonna find something else to wrap it and put it in the other. So 2 in
Fair.
each, so that if something happens, I at least have
sure.
maybe the other ones.
It'd be really interesting to see what one of those going off.
If you explode, but
I actually know what would happen. It would
well,
not
yeah,
be
I would
good.
lose everything, and I would also probably get hurt.
Yup.
Yeah.
Anything within 15 feet of that explosion is going to the abyss.
Right, but the thing with that is that each one's individual. Well, whatever. Fuck it.
Anyhow,
Okay, yeah, I got
have
it.
you found anything that you would like to trade?
I think I've pulled out just about everything from my inventory,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
I'm also
pull
going to
out
catch up with them,
the
so
double-headed
you catch
dragon coin. I'm like, ah. Yeah. I pull out the copy of Mermaids and Men. I'm like, ah.
Of mermaids
She does.
and men.
She does look at it ever so slightly, and she says, might I see that just for a moment?
Of course.
Takes it and kind of
For
flips
true
it.
sight's gonna just see
Oh,
right
there's-
through that.
There's pictures.
Ah.
It's like the lusty Argonian maid.
Yes.
God.
But worse.
Well, I'll tell you
worse.
this, Dwarf. I'm not going to trade an incredibly valuable thing for this. Maybe I could find something a little more mundane for you. Maybe a different book.
I'm like, sorry, that's the only book I have, but maybe this will suit your fancy. And I pull out the mink cuffs and fetish shit.
No.
Okay, then maybe this. And then I finally pull out the finely crafted gold pocket watch.
It's a nice watch. Not really anything that I'm super into. Let me see if I have anything to trade for that book. Just a moment. And she goes, again, taking the items with her
Wait,
downstairs.
while you're going back in, will you
Yes.
also, if you have any rapiers or healing potions, you might be willing to part with?
I did just pick up a potion, but it's Orphan's Tears. It's not really a healing potion. I don't think it would do what you wanted it to do.
What do orphans' tears do?
Morwen would probably know what Orphan Tears do. Orphan Tears, one of the main ingredients of which being Orphan Tears, is a potion that would give you advantage for an hour on all deception, persuasion, and charisma-based checks. Not an
I
hour,
kind
sorry.
of like
Sorry,
that,
10
though.
minutes. 10 minutes, not an hour.
I pick up the sticky rock. I take that out too. I'm like, mundane.
A moment. I'll bring a couple more things back. It seems like maybe we could do some trading, and your friend has a book that I would very much like. Just a moment. She vanishes below deck, and another 20 minutes go by, and she comes
Oh
up,
god, we gotta get back to this.
you guys have launched, or used maybe about half an hour at this point.
Oh, okay.
40 minutes.
Enough time to get.
No, she's not. She's not even there yet.
Are we close to where we have to be?
Yeah, you're only like
Okay.
a 10-minute walk away from where you need to go
Okay.
now. She comes back lugging, and you would hear, and then this kind of, and she eventually emerges with a very large crate. She's not carrying it; she just drags it across and then down the gangplank, and then it just kind of onto the dock, and she has to lug it out. I brought a few things. Let's see, and you see her kind of pull out a little red satin woven chain with a tiny pearl on it, and she kind of sets that aside. In here somewhere, she pulls out this brackish-looking liquid. This is what I was talking about, the Orphan's Tears, and puts that aside. Pulls out this metallic-looking box. Looks heavy. She doesn't actually. She pulls it and kind of shifts it to the side, and eventually, kind of digs in and says, "Okay, for the book, something that I think you would appreciate as a dwarf." And she opens her hand, and there is in it this little mechanical cricket, made out of probably brass. And as you look at it, the antenna just kind of wave up and down ever so slightly.
Oh, what's it do?
Not much, but your book doesn't do much either, so I thought maybe it's a cool thing.
Guntir, take the cricket.
I don't know. Have you read this book? I didn't think so.
I don't think I want.
Got anything more useful?
I have some rope.
Got some.
How much for the cricket?
You want some
Just to buy?
some beer? I got beer.
What kind of beer?
Some homebrew.
From
Real-
Port Quinn?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
She
you
takes the cricket and kind of puts it in her pocket,
I'll
kind of
give you
forgetting
the-
you.
I'll give you a whole keg for one of those gems there.
Oh no, certainly not. But that
Two
is-
whole kegs.
Make a persuasion check.
Cool, that's a 7. No,
Yeah.
that's an 8.
Um,
Oh no, that's an 11.
oh, thank God, dwarf. These are worth maybe 100 gold each. I
Yeah.
could knock that much off the price if you had something else that was worth
Alright, so then what does that bring us down to?
about 2,800. Dwarf, you want to bring the dead back to life. It's not a cheap thing.
Yeah, but
To do it without this stone would still cost you a tremendous amount of money in
Do you
terms
have
of the
two of
components
them?
needed. I do.
could I convince you to somehow give them to me for any of this? And I just like dump out the entire.
So
Just
Guntir
half
is
it
just
falls into the
yard
water.
sailing things out.
A bunch
Okay.
of fingers fall out.
Oh God, no, not
like
the fingers.
oily
Yes.
manacles,
Yeah.
But
the
yes.
sticky rock, the dagger, the short
I'm going to
sword.
sense that probably we're not going to be able to reach a deal. We're just a little far apart. But maybe return after your trial, whatever
Well,
that is, and bring
I kind of
something.
need that before the trial so that I don't
Yes.
not come back from the trial.
But the interesting thing about transactions is that they tend to be two ways.
So I'll give you this stuff.
What about these
and
harpy
something
feathers?
else.
Those are very pretty. You're asking for a very expensive thing.
No, just have at them.
I walk up. I walk
How
up
about that
and I
cricket?
interrupt.
Hey, come here, Morwen.
I'll give you the cricket for the harpy feathers.
You got that?
Okay.
She hands you that. You can remove the harpy feathers from your inventory. You can add one clockwork cricket.
Yay!
Made out of brass, if that
Oh,
is important to you.
You got 3,000 gold?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Did you check your butt?
But I'm assuming I would have arrived
Yeah,
at this
oh
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You've heard most of this. At this
All right,
point.
You got 3,000
what's going on here?
She turns to you, and kind
This
of
lady's got.
looks you up and down.
Hello.
She's got something
Hello.
that'll keep us from dying.
Okay. What
One mechanical.
you got your
cricket
shit
for
all over the dock
Morwen.
here. Morwen looks happy
Start
about something.
Picking it all up. They're like,
Is he bothering you?
No. Are you
makes
looking to
sense.
shop as well? Do you know this group?
Yeah. I travel with them.
Are you doing this trial? Of
Yeah.
great danger, apparently.
Yeah. Unfortunately. And again, I like kind of gesture to Guntir.
You see, like a very discreet, like
Yeah.
she definitely understands,
Kind of just along for the ride.
I don't think I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
join
fine.
that one.
and you see for a moment her eyes glow a
I
little
just
bit
can't
brighter.
get
Make
behind that
a
one.
perception
I'm
check.
so sorry.
14.
Okay.
I like lean in
I'm looking at the
close.
cricket.
Are you gonna hand me something?
Petting the
This or
cricket.
something, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, you
Uh-huh.
can note card it.
you just have to distract her. And I'll
Okay.
grab her.
Okay.
And we'll do the trial. We'll
So-
pay her back after. It's fine. Easy peasy.
I would imagine that I have something very useful for you. Actually, right here.
Uh-huh.
And she pulls out this red satin woven choker.
Uh-huh.
Very
don't
feminine. Looks like it would kind of sit across and then dip down to the single pearl.
Uh-huh.
But that pearl glows.
Yeah.
And there is something very magical about it.
I think I already know what it is, and I kind of like catch eyes and I'm like, is that
It is a pearl of power.
yes, that's what I thought.
This in particular, and she holds it up, and you see that this choker would have fit her very well.
Yeah.
I found a lot of use for it before I found other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I think you might find it useful as well.
Yeah. Well, what would it take for you to part with it?
If you know what this is, then you can imagine quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm more into trade.
Okay.
What do you have?
Was not prepared for something that I would so desperately covet. You'll have to give me a moment. I was not prepared for something I would so desperately covet.
Very few are.
I'm gonna
How
go
long
through
will you
all
be
my
here
shit.
for?
She looks up at the sun. Probably about 2 more hours, give or take. The tide is coming out, and I would like to catch it.
How could we find you again?
You see across her face this glimpse of a smile. You won't, but I might find you.
I-
Say, oh,
No.
no, you can do your transaction before I start talking to them.
I have two things. First one, before we were stuck here, we were on a very important. Well, we had a very important heading, and as ridiculous as it may sound, one that, if we were to safely reach it, would benefit literally the entire world, or so I'm led to believe. And I kind of like lean in a little closer, and I pull out the crystal celestial brick.
Okay.
And I'm like kind of just slowly like making sure not many people can see it. I'm like, it has to do with this if you're familiar with something of this nature.
May I see?
Yeah, and it's wrapped up in whatever it was wrapped up in when I found it. So I
And
kind
you
of like
notice
close
she
it up
doesn't-
and
She doesn't reach for it. She
yeah,
leans in.
I
toward
like
her.
kind of hold it closer and slowly like open it up.
Very interesting. Why don't you put that back away?
Yeah, this is sort of the importance of us not dying. It's in relation to stopping things related to this from bringing literal
Yeah,
doom upon the world.
Whatever he said. And I also
I elbow
just...
him in the face from like my.
Okay.
Stop doing that!
Take another point of bludgeoning.
Now
damage.
you see that I see from your reaction that this is something that you probably would feel bad if I were to give this to you.
I don't want that.
You don't want that near you. Okay, fair enough.
Maybe you want...
I don't know if you know what you're holding there.
I certainly don't. I just know the relation to. Or I know its relation to the general, and I just kind of. I think someone said space to me once. Space, is that a thing that?
I think that the moment that you know what this is, you'll realize how dangerous it is, and then you won't carry it anymore, and we can't have that.
Okay.
So, I think, keep it safe,
Keep it secret.
Yeah. Put it back.
and you may find that it has more to do with it than you realize.
Okay. Well, wrap back up, put back down, and then I'm like, all right. Well, how about this one then? And then I pull out the giant glass crystal sword.
She looks
It's just
at it
like,
for a second.
no. Well, it takes me like a minute to get it out. Too.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, it's like,
it's
dude,
hand over hand. She looks at it and just.
I'm just kind of like, ugh, holding it
It's
out,
heavy.
doing that dead weight or
And
dead
her arms are like
deadlift.
behind her. She doesn't help at all.
Yeah, deadlift, kind of like.
That's glass. That would break the first time that you use it, I would imagine.
Right, but it is something that I think, say, collectors or those looking for rather expensive or interesting.
You see
You
this
know.
exact expression, like, kind of cross your face. I mean this with no disrespect, but only an idiot would collect this.
God damn it, I knew it. Well, we stole it from an idiot, so fair enough. Give me.
How about
Damn it, she doesn't.
one
we
of
don't know anything for
these?
this.
And I pull out the ornate jaguar dagger, and one of these, and I pull out the diamond.
It's like what, like 100 gold diamond? Right?
I think it was like an indeterminate amount of money, but it was a diamond.
Okay.
Oh god damn it, because I don't want to get rid of my diamonds either.
Well, that dagger it's interesting.
It's very interesting. Perhaps even 3,000 gold. Interesting.
I was thinking closer to 10 or 11. I
1,000?
no.
100?
I didn't catch her name. It was
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Yeah.
What?
That's
Which for some reason she seems to totally buy.
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting.
I would say that probably
Those two things.
you and I will not be able to come to a deal this time. But best of luck in your trial.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks
Can I
for
pull out the magic
nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I harumph away.
And you hear as you walk away, the same to you.
That famous ship in a bottle that
You
looked
pulled
like
it out?
creepily accurate. Yeah, I pulled that out. I'm like,
She appraises it again. It's cute.
it's a real ship in a bottle.
It's not.
I know.
in fact.
God damn
So,
it.
It is a model. It's very nice. As you can see, and she
I was
gestures
kinda
to the crate,
hoping
and
that-
you see in this crate, like, you see the Pearl of Power, you see,
That's the only-
make an intelligence check.
I only want that fucking pearl of power.
Nope.
Ugh. Intelligence? Oh,
Yeah.
just 6.
Yeah, you see a metal box.
How about the magic shield?
You pull it out.
Yeah,
Okay. This she does seem to take an interest in.
I
It's
don't
magical.
use.
May I touch it?
Absolutely.
She lays a hand on it and her eyes close, and even through the closed eyes you see this burst of radiance kind of like seep out through the lashes.
Mm.
She draws it back. Oh, that's cute.
Damn it.
It's magical. I don't know if you know what it does.
I haven't spent much time checking this out.
Well,
More of a collector.
Somebody holding this shield will find that most projectiles find their way to them. Useful in certain circumstances.
Now I know what that does, and that's excellent.
I might trade something for that.
I'm gonna tie it to Gunter's back. So projectile
Like it's
attraction.
Turtle shell.
Yes, it would certainly attract projectiles.
And every time he turns around, he says, "Ah, my past."
I'm gonna try to shoot the fucking gun I have.
Ah, shit, because I know I have.
It's tricky.
Okay, so I have. I'll pull out the platinum necklace.
I feel the same way. That's how I feel about things.
Shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah. So platinum necklace and the pouch of diamonds. There's 2 diamonds in there. I don't remember what you didn't give me an appraisal of them, but
Oh yeah, no, it's it's a pouch about this big.
yeah,
That has a decent amount of diamonds in it.
yeah.
I said I haven't even less.
So I pull out the platinum necklace and the diamonds, and I'm like, well, let's go back towards more monetary type transactions, since apparently all of my curiosities are cute. I mean that not disrespectfully. You're more enlightening me of what I have than I knew.
Thinking. Give me a moment.
I'm harumphing over to the dynamite
Okay.
salesman.
And some fine elvish wine. I'm just pulling out all like the
Keep the
fancier
wine.
shit.
Give me the shield. Give me.
I kind of want a shield.
I would say, give me the shield. Give me the diamonds. Give me the pendant. I will give you this pearl. And a warning.
Can I take it off when I put it on?
The pearl? Yes, I wore this for a long time. You can remove the, and she holds up this satin kind of choker.
Mhm.
It can be set in pretty much anything.
Mhm.
This was my personal choice. But,
Mhm.
it doesn't fit everybody. My warning to you, be mindful of the power that you wield.
You mean the brick?
No.
And I'm kind of just like, because I got that sense earlier, right? I'm like, are you here all day?
For another 2 hours.
I might be back.
Did you need anything?
How much time have we spent?
Probably about 50 minutes at this point.
We'll be back.
Okay.
We should
I
get
look
over to the
forward to
market.
it.
I'm harumphed over and I just go slam down 5
Oh.
gold pieces on the counter and say, "Alright, Bomber Man, give me 5 sticks."
It doesn't really work like that.
What do you mean?
That's just not how much they are. I'm really sorry.
What? You're selling dynamite for more than a gold a stick?
Yes.
What kind of... That's highway robbery.
It's not highway robbery.
I was
it's not highway
born
robbery.
where
It's not highway
dynamite
robbery.
was
It's not highway
invented.
robbery. It's not highway robbery. It's not
What
highway
kind of
robbery.
piss
It's
are
not
you
highway
putting in
robbery.
there,
He
gold?
puts his hands over his ears. It's not highway robbery. It's not highway robbery. It's not highway robbery. He doesn't seem to be terribly reachable at this moment.
How much for 5
It's
sticks?
not highway robbery. It's not highway robbery. You seem to have
You've
lost him at this
you-
point.
Can I, like, non-lethal smack him and be like, snap out of it?
Sure, maybe exactly.
God, no.
Like,
guy.
gently, like...
Do I see this happening?
So you want to caress his face?
Do I see this happening?
yeah, like a... Snap out of it.
I'm going to say make a persuasion check.
I start like running over to Guntir once I see him like
Caressing
extend his
this
hand.
gentleman's face.
Well, like
Sure.
extend his hand towards him.
That's,
Okay. You see Guntir extend his hand and then just rub his chin ever
That's a
so.
13.
A 13.
I feel like that would just
okay.
unsettle him even more.
You see him, like his eyes squint shut really tight, and then he kind of.
And then I'm like, it's okay,
Okay,
it's okay.
okay,
You're
okay,
gonna be okay. Give me
He
the sticks.
puts the basket top
Yeah,
on.
there you go.
No,
Now
no,
just
no, no,
give
no,
me
no,
the
no, no,
sticks.
no, no,
No,
don't like
no.
this, don't like this, don't like this.
Oh,
And he
you're
boards
gonna
his
be okay.
ship.
Just give me
Don't
the,
give him the stick.
Give me the
Pulls the
sticks.
gangplank
Just
up.
give me the
No,
just
no. And he takes the pole and shoves it off, drops the pole in the water, and just begins paddling and is heading off down the other bridge.
I like slow my run. I like my jog. I kind of like
Yeah.
heel down and just
Nervous,
walk over
guess.
and like
nervous
okay.
net is
We
gone.
gotta go.
Yeah, Guntir, we gotta go or else we're gonna be killed on
God,
this
no.
All right,
dock.
Go.
are we leaving now?
Yes.
Yeah, Artude. Sorry about that. Just kidding. Your name's not Artude. It's
not.
another
No, it's
O name.
Ovark.
All the
Ovark.
merchants here are useless.
Okay.
Ovark. I'm gonna write names down.
Yeah, same.
I'm so bad at names.
Me too.
Like Clearly in real life as well as fantasy.
So you guys
I wrote it down already. Fuck.
There it is.
Yep.
Shay.
Yes.
The sun is getting lower. It's getting a
ocean
lot
on.
cooler, and now you're seeing that at this point, probably there are clouds coming in. Not light and fluffy clouds. Even with the darkness beginning to come, you can see that these are some pretty heavy storm clouds coming in from the north. And just as you start catching sight of them, you see below you, coming from the direction of Captain's Keep, this figure. At this point, kind of jogging. Seems to be a little red in the face, wearing a red jacket, brown hair. And as this happens, you hear from deep down in the crow's nest, we have company.
I'm gonna make my way down.
You do. And as you do, you see Thistle, who says, should we make tea or...
I love Thistle.
Might be a bit formal there, Thistle, but perhaps.
Okay, I'll be in the galley. I found it myself. And he takes off, and he has to duck to go down. And it's like a fairly large opening, but to get down below deck, he really has to kind of duck and maneuver. From down on the bottom, you hear this woman call out to you. Who can I address? Who's in charge here?
You can address me. My name is Shay. What
And
can I
at this
do for
point,
you?
it would actually just be you and Abernathy is behind you. All right, the captain says that you're to report to the market square right away. It seems that the Stormlord smiles upon all of you.
In a good way?
The fuck?
He only really smiles in a good way. And as she gazes out, she sees the storm. It's a sign right away.
Who sent you?
The captain.
Already not boding well. How did you know to find us?
There was, I think, a dwarf or maybe a tiefling or something, but somebody was in trouble.
What has he done this time?
I don't know. I'm just here to fetch you. He said a monk on a ship, and you look
Monkish.
Monkish? On our ship?
You're dressed weird. You look at her. She's wearing this like bright red coat, this ruffled sort of blouse, and mismatched boots. But she does say that you look weird.
Alright. And you said where? When?
Right now, the marketplace.
Okay.
There's going to be a trial.
Oh. Might have been key information. Got anything else?
Well, these woods are called the Murmuring Grove.
Okay. Good talk.
There's a ban on Bunta and Captain's Keep.
Good talk.
I mean, I know a lot of things. I don't really know what you're looking for.
At this point, I've turned around and it said it's Abernathy behind me.
Yep.
I feel like we might need to move closer.
He gets a little closer to you.
The ship. To town.
Do you want me to?
Please.
I'm not really sure where the rankings are, but I can get it. And he gets up. He has to stretch. He's a little older, is Abernathy, but he makes his way over, and he kind of fiddles around. You would remember that Blue Ben was the person who had been steering before. It takes him a little bit to get the controls figured out,
He's
but
got to adjust
eventually
the seat.
you do. He has to turn some mirrors to make sure they're right, and you hear from up behind the wheel, "Is everybody buckled up?" So after a little bit, the ship lurches at first and then begins to pull away and head towards Captain's Keep. Still probably another 20, 30 minutes to get there. But having been the person steering this before, you remember where those rocks jutted out. You remember where it gets a little bit shallower on the breaking water, and you maneuver your way without too much issue. Meanwhile, you guys are going to the
Additionally,
marketplace?
also looking for a slightly more protected place because the storm is coming.
Okay.
So not something
Make a
super
survival check.
exposed. That is 23.
23. Okay. We're going to get back to that in just a second. So,
That was that roll.
yeah. You guys make your way into the marketplace, correct?
Yeah, we're following, I guess. I mean, Ozark would probably. We're like, lead the way, Ozark!
It's Aardvark.
It's Ovark.
Oh.
That's what I said.
It's Oobleck.
It's
It's Ovark. I met you earlier. I know your
Alright.
name.
um,
I say confidently
so
and
you guys
awkwardly
pass
as hell.
as you are progressing towards the market. Are you guys doing anything in particular? Looking for anything?
I mean,
I'm
I'm look at
looking
all the
for-
people because I like to people watch.
No,
Make a perception check.
I ain't. I'm just like, let's get this shit over with.
I'm
That's my
looking
favorite
Passive
out
would be
here.
13.
Passive is a 13.
distractions and escape routes.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I feel like I would have been better as like a hangman or like someone.
You don't
'cause
notice
I'm
anybody
inclined
else-
just to
I mean,
drag
there's
you
a
by
lot
your
of interesting
heels, and
people.
I'd be like, you made this
Nobody
mess, clean it
seems
up.
to be taking note of you outside of the fact that everybody is watching you. And as you approach the market, it is crowded. It is extremely crowded to the point where people are making their way as they turn and see who is coming. But you don't. It's kind of, the faces begin to kind of blur together. It's a lot of people, and for Morwen especially, you haven't really been around this many people in this close proximity.
Out of curiosity, is there also any tabaxi?
You have not seen another tabaxi.
Like, have I ever?
No,
Okay.
probably not.
Alright.
There is exactly one other one on the continent of Dominion that you've heard of.
Being Captain Crag. Or whatever.
No, you heard of a tabaxi that apparently resides at the Glass Lighthouse.
Oh, Captain Crooks. That's who I was thinking of.
Captain Crooks
Who
is
is another
a
tabaxi. But
fairly
sorry.
well-known pirate. Yeah.
Idol.
You got something you want to do?
No, just real quick.
Sure.
On the other side of that journal on that shelf, just grab the top rubbery thing.
Some juju.
That's it.
Okay, so
Appreciate.
you guys emerge into the market square, which is dominated in the center by a massive dead tree. The branches twisted and spread out across the square. It's in a patch of dirt that itself is surrounded by cobblestones, but then quickly it transitions back into the dock. Swinging grimly from the branches are the now very swollen and otherwise sort of, there are flies gathered around, but you see through the swelling and the discoloration Gideon and Swiftfoot hanging from the tree itself.
Oh.
They're very badly beaten prior to death. Standing in front of them
Great.
is the massive form of the captain, staring you down in particular. And people have begun to gather, but as you guys approach, it gets, again, very quiet.
For no reason at all, I make my eyes into like spirals. With press
Hey, we
just
made
because,
it.
Okay.
just to look weird.
They do.
Don't.
Yeah.
Hunter, we
For
need
a little
we need
visual
the prep.
perspective.
What?
We need the prep day. You might not give us
Are
a
we,
prep day.
are we,
Yeah, we can get rid of that one.
That's a cantrip.
we're shifting.
No. What?
I just like made my eyes all spirally for no reason.
Just don't
It look-
piss him off.
I'm not pissing him off.
You might piss him off.
What, the
Good.
captain?
Our existence pisses him off right now.
The captain?
Yeah.
Oh.
Giving him all googly eyes.
I make my eyes into googly eyes.
Don't.
So my pupils sag to the bottom, and every time I turn, it's just. Just kidding.
So,
I undo all of
Guntir.
that because I'm not going to do that.
You guys are emerging from over in this direction. Cool. So over here. Actually, let me just dress the set real quick here.
And they're hanging from the tree right there.
Yeah. You can actually see, so Gideon and
Oh, they're
Swift are,
drawn
in
on
fact,
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
They are.
Cool. Great.
Their fate was sealed.
I'm like, I literally
I added that
hardly
after.
knew you.
So this was here, so
Literally.
these guys had a battle in Town Square,
Uh-huh.
but I added those after.
Yeah.
Because,
Because they got killed.
They died.
Kilt.
Killed. They
Killed.
done get got.
Perspicuous.
They got got.
Dunder Gaga. Where's our?
Now, I will say, just so that you guys are aware, there's probably about 150 people. I'm not going to put 150 minis out.
No.
Fair.
Why not?
But as the need arises, I can add more, take some away.
Where's our Dragonborn guy?
He's with us.
Oh, he is.
He's Ozark right there.
He gestures to you, seeing you.
Like,
Dwarf. Come, step.
I do like a little hobble up.
Okay. You approach.
How's it going?
You know why you're here.
Yeah.
There be no god but Cord.
Yeah.
And you are his, and he's alone.
That is what I've been told, yes.
Quiet.
Okay.
There be no man mightier than the captain here. And he refers to himself. But Cord ain't no man. So, it be him that judge you, and so the terms are these. You pass the trials of thunder, bring me the proof. If Cord will this, then I will allow you passage across the keep, and through, to Sunrest or beyond. Fair. And you'll be meeting the same fate of all that fair. And Cord will take you from this earth. Tradition dictates that 6 may go. Though you be small dwarf, you count as one. Who else do you name as your crew?
I'm like, well, those over there. Point to the
Okay.
and Gretchen. She's coming back with our other people, and we'll.
Make a deception check.
Rolled in the thing.
But that's true, right? Isn't that what's happening?
Are you? But you're saying that she's part of your crew.
No.
No,
I was
he's
saying
saying
like
that she's special.
she's coming back with
Okay.
them. Yeah, she's coming back with them. Just she'll be here soon enough.
Dwarf, what is your name?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. Give names to them that bind their fate to you, so that we may begin this process.
God.
They
You're
have
giving
to be
him the
their
power
real
of
names?
naming people?
All right. Oh, jeez. Is this part of the trial? Oh.
No,
Uh,
but Cord appreciates a proper burial.
Cool. So, that one over there, the cat, that's Morwen. That right there is, Henrik? And, the dragon guy, you know his name. You know that one, right? You know him. You guys.
What is your name? And you hear from next to you, Tovark, sir, Captain Man.
And then we got Shay and another friend.
Quickly just name
Coming.
someone on the ship.
Yeah, it's gonna be Haribo. Haribo's coming.
All right.
It's just a giant gummy bear.
I think there's a race for that somewhere. All right, so you're naming a Haribo as your final member?
Yeah, Haribo.
Like,
Oh, God, please don't let it be Bernal.
yeah.
It's probably gonna be Haribo.
And we all give him the Care Bear stare. you know?
I say it's probably gonna be Haribo. Knowing them, they're probably gonna send Haribo, but it might not be.
And I'm gonna turn to Heinrich and be like, "This is going horrible."
Those in attendance
I actually
take
chuckle
notes.
at that.
Giuseppe names Morwen.
I bow to him.
I'm gonna see if you can remember what he said, because you
No,
didn't
he's like
remember
the
either.
captain of all captains. He's the captain of all captains. I'm totally shook and in awe.
Heisreich,
Yeah.
Ovak, Shay,
Ozark.
and Haribo. This be your crew. Your ship will remain in my custody until you return or do not. You are free to prepare. Take a day.
Okay.
Then off. to the Murmuring Grove and down into the deep wood. That is the temple.
Sounds good.
Goodbye, dwarf. And he turns and makes his way through.
See you later.
Do you say that?
Yeah, after him. I'll see you later then.
He gestures with one hand. Probably not. Continues to make his
Going
way
on
through.
vacation.
So, yes, I hear Florida. No, so he makes his way through the crowd and kind of disappears out of sight. I would say at this point you are pulling into the actual. I would say you rolled what, like a 23?
20, something like that.
It's over a 20.
Why Giuseppe? Like
A
you
little
know,
bit
we
further
gotta tell
outside
everyone
of
now to call you that.
the
Like,
Cold
this
War,
is
where you
just-
guys found your place, there is a kind of like almost a cove. It's shallow. It's difficult to get your ship into.
He does too.
You do.
Yay.
Your sense it's gonna. If
So,
you have to
you
leave
can do all
quickly,
of ours.
I mean, you have to get the ship out backwards.
Yeah.
But it's currently very safe.
Okay.
And around this cove, there is these taller trees that kind of grow up and seem to shade over the cove itself. You would imagine from Captain's Keep, it probably just looks like trees. So you make your way to Captain's Keep. Okay.
With as many of them who seem to care about Guntir as possible.
So who are you asking?
Anyone on deck. I'm not gonna hunt people down.
The only people who are on deck would be Abernathy and then Thistle, now with a full teapot, several glasses, and a very disappointed look on his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Thistle.
It's all right. I can drink this myself.
Guntir's in trouble?
Who's
Question mark?
Guntir?
The dwarf.
What was the
I
name
don't
that
think
you
you
gave
met
him?
him.
Oh no, I met him. He was not a rad dude. He was
No.
really uptight.
He's very uptight.
Yeah.
Captain Tennille.
But
Yeah,
he
I'll
seems to
help
have
him.
pulled all of the rest of everyone into an issue, so
I'm all about helping people.
great.
Let's go.
Great. Let's go.
Don't you
So the
dare
two of
bring
you make
Thistle.
your way
Bringing
into
Thistle.
Captain's Keep. I would say roughly
Now
the
we have
time.
a plot dangler for
Yeah.
you for the rest of this part.
I would say roughly the time that the captain walks away, you would hear from somewhere in the crowd, "Ha, hugging friend."
And I turn around like,
6 foot tall Morwen walking through the
Wait,
crowd.
he hasn't de-transformed.
He transformed back coming
Oh.
into the keep. Yeah.
Haribo! You made it!
He doesn't seem to acknowledge us in any way, but
I
he
run
walks
to
through,
him.
and people are like people are looking really confused. But he comes out and he just has this. It's Morwen, but he has this kind of stoner smile on his face, and just kind of, come here.
I run to him, but I'm kind of crying because I'm like, not you.
Not me. What? He kind of encircles you with his huge arms, and you feel like where large Morwen's hands end, his arms continue, and so there are these invisible hands that are kind of grasping you. But why poor me?
Hey,
What did you do this time?
nothing!
We
I
have to do the trial.
Bullshit.
was hanging out, minding
that
my
like
own
a-
business.
Trial of a cord.
And I went blind for a minute, and then
Accord,
suddenly
accord.
the captain's here, and he's telling me I gotta go to trial.
I'm just standing there with my arms
I was
folded.
just trying to. I was sticking to the plan. We had the plan. I was sticking to it, and then I got blinded.
Wait, who are you? And
This-
you, and he points to Big Morwen and Shay.
These are the other two. It's Haribo and Shay.
I was the one who asked you came along, right?
This is
What?
I was the one who asked you to come along.
No,
Me?
this is
Yeah.
Ovark talking
Oh,
to you now.
Ovark? Oh,
Ovark, yeah. He didn't ask me anything.
no, I didn't ask you anything.
This is the guy who saw. I got blinded, right? It was like a big pool of black.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
It was weird. I didn't do it.
You know, the more you say that, the more I don't really believe you.
But you're here because I didn't do it.
I'm here because our god seems to think that you're worth it. So I'm not going to question the big guy.
There we go.
Are you?
So I needed 6 people, and
So
you
you
were
volunteered
Oh,
us?
this is Shay.
you were on my short
You're
list.
part of the team.
Trust me.
What did you get us into,
I
dwarf?
asked around before I resorted to you, because I know, you know, to be
You're lucky I
frank,
didn't
Wait, Shay
leave
was
we're
the
your
not on
fourth
the
house.
person that
best
you
of
named.
terms.
You said Shay and then Haribo. Is the big cat Haribo?
Yeah, just go with it.
Turns around, looks a little confused. Haribo?
Yes, that's your name,
And I just
Haribo.
look at him
Alright.
with tearful eyes, like,
Okay. I like Thistle, but it's not really my real name, so Haribo works just as well.
Yeah, his nickname is Thistle,
Well,
but we call him Haribo.
I don't really have a
What?
name. 'cause
Right.
I don't know.
Did you get us into?
It wasn't me.
Look, everybody just needs to calm down.
I was minding my own business, and then this captain guy comes up and tells me I've
I'm
got
on
a
the
trial.
side of. I'm on the side of. I like. Form the word. Haribo.
Yeah.
I start sobbing
On
into
this
his
one,
hug.
We need to
but-
chill out. This is not. We're about to go against something pretty bad.
You
Whether
said-
we like it or not. Either way, I mean, we could maybe flee if we just want to get on the ship and fucking book it. But I feel like this place would definitely.
He said he's gonna.
Ozark
Chase and
didn't
kill it.
seem to think
Yeah,
that
well-
was a
Wait,
good
wait, wait,
idea.
wait, wait. You want to run?
I'm not part of your god or whatever.
Well, you kind of are
No,
now.
but
You
you're
said
kind
your
of a
name.
fucking pussy.
Whatever. I'd rather like
Hey,
staying
who you
alive.
calling pussy?
That's not really what I meant.
Excuse me.
Man of the cloth, my ass.
I'm with you.
Look, we got more important things to be doing here. I know you and this whole god of yours, and
Yeah, talk about.
Not just an old god. You got to understand about
You're-
Cord. He's not
no,
part of your
that's-
pantheon
I get.
for a
Why
reason.
do I always get the talkative people?
Talk about.
Is
We're
your
trying to-
talkative person?
To
'Cause we're
ask
try-
for it every time.
we're
You
trying
have
to-
to understand.
We're trying to save the world, something
That's
that I don't
fine.
think your god could do.
You hear in the distance, these storm clouds are approaching, and you hear a definitive crack of thunder.
Yeah, it could destroy the world, but it can't save it. Apparently, it can only manage it.
Something you got to understand about Cord. He's not part of the pantheon of law and light, not because he's not powerful enough, but because he doesn't care to follow the rules that the gods have set in place.
Well, if he doesn't care about rules, he's a pretty big stickler for them. Then, if you're trying to say that running is a bad thing, right now it's definitely a better thing. We gotta
I
get
agree.
back on our journey.
Bravery,
That's fair.
true
You
bravery.
guys seem like you're probably not in any
is
kind of trouble outside of this.
living.
So just head past those sails that have been there for about a day and a half now. Actually, right after you came.
I'd
What do you
rather
think
not
this is?
die.
What did he point to?
Oh,
And you see as he
geez.
gestures out, there are the Hypsidium sail.
That's right. We didn't do anything.
I'm gonna just be like.
Right now, the ship is in a cove that's going to take a little
this-
bit of time to get out of.
This is what.
Just saying.
And it's also
What?
underwatch.
Well, do they
This-
know where it
Having
is?
some deja vu.
Hold on.
All of
Deja
this.
what?
Hold
This-
on.
You wouldn't
Regardless of whether they know where
It's
it
a
is or
thing.
not, it's going to take a minute to get it out.
just, you know.
So running,
All right.
not the best bet.
Fuck. I guess we're trapped here.
Yeah.
Fine. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever. We'll go along with this godly test thing,
We still
and
got that ace in the hole.
I don't think that's gonna work at this point. that's more for.
When the time
Okay.
comes,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Whatever. Let's prepare. Let's take some time to limber
So,
up and get ready then.
Can I get filled in on what we're actually doing?
That's
Yeah,
about
so-
all there
Test of
is.
death or something.
Well,
It's not a test of death. It's a trial of Cord.
yeah.
Right. Potato. Whatever.
I mean, you're not
Potato,
wrong. It's
whatever.
probably going to end up with most of you dying.
Hey,
That being said-
you're in this one too.
Yeah, but I'm not looking to run away. I'm an actual fighter.
All right. All right.
So, Shay,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
It's
Ovar,
Ozark.
with the
Ovar.
V.
He's helping us. Not
Pleasure
die.
to meet you.
Maybe. It's kind of unclear at this point. I'm going to pray because we have a day left. And I have some things I want to ask the big guy.
Can you ask him to not kill us?
I got to ask him
Yeah.
3 questions, and I'm not going to waste one on that.
That seems like a pretty useful question.
It's
You
not.
do. Hey, you practice your way. I'll practice mine.
That's all I ask.
All right, that's all I say.
Heads off back.
Tut.
And you watch, he walks 300 feet back to the point where he met you,
Uh,
and just kind of takes the sword out, plants it gently into the wood, and just kneels down right there. And you look, and there's a moment where he is silhouetted by these rolling thunderstorm kind of clouds that are coming in. And it's this, like, foreboding scene. This very sick-looking dragonborn being sort of the guy that you guys have towards this trial. Not looking great. That being said, it is 10:30, and tonight we are going to be ending around 12:30, so this is a great place for a break. We'll say, it's getting close to about 7 p.m. at this point. It's getting darker. The storm is starting to earnestly set in, and the first pitter-patters of rain are starting to hit the ground. Is there stuff that you guys want to do tonight?
we'll be going back to that lady.
Yeah, I was gonna
I didn't
talk
even
to
catch
the
her name.
elf.
Okay.
So we'll go and do that. Maybe like try to find a spot inside to talk to her.
So,
But then eventually I'm gonna long rest after that.
a couple things. So we'll start with that when we come back. It is currently 10:40. That's perfect. We'll just come back at 11 o'clock.
There you go.
So, thank you guys very much for tuning in, and we will see you after the break.
What?
Welcome back to Adventures
Oh god, you timed
in
that
Alberon.
perfectly.
I did.
Oh god.
Welcome back.
Oh, it smells.
Really happy to see you, Talon, Fatboy, everybody else. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Wonderful to see you.
This isn't the reaction of being back on air. This is.
Oh no, that was rough. So, we're coming back
First one
from
you can
break.
pass
Let me give
off.
you
This
guys a quick recap of what has happened so far this session. Guntir, being surrounded by most of Captain's Keep, managed to talk his way, or with Ovark's significant help, talk his way into, instead of just being murdered on sight, undergoing the trial of Cord. The trial's still not really being described in any full manner. He was allowed to bring 5 people with him. He named Heinrich, Morwen, Shay, Haribo, who is Gunter's version of Thistle for some reason.
Well,
It's Ozark and Heimlich too.
I was just
Or no, not
taking
Heimlich.
a wild guess as to who would show up.
No, you're Hendrik.
So,
Hendrik.
the crew that will be facing the trial is Heinrich, Gunter, Morwen, Shay, Thistle, and Ovark. The group went shopping along the outer brace, buying a little bit of dynamite, scaring the dynamite guy away, and then meeting...
I think I lucked out best with this.
You
murder,
did.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to... I'll give you the card. I have a card for dynamite as well.
Okay. Well, 3D.
The group also met the mysterious Max, an Eldrin who drives a Vulture Junk, a ship hailing from the west coast, where the ship design is a little bit different based on sort of the currents of the sea. They were able to acquire a couple of things that may be useful to them. A mechanical cricket, a variety, a number of things.
Is it like a scuttlebuddy kind of thing?
His name's Hank.
Some people might get
No,
that.
it's. I don't know the name yet. It'll come to me.
You can, yeah, you can name it whatever you want. It's yours. You trade it for it fair and square. We join our heroes now. It's nighttime, probably about 7 o'clock. You guys are heading back to CMAX, actually.
You said 2550 for dynamite?
What?
Range 2550?
2550, yeah, short one. So, heading down the dock, and it is getting a little bit darker out, and so you would kind of note that in general it is getting a little bit quieter. Whereas the previous night you guys noticed a lot of revelry, there is a somber mood in Captain's Keep this evening. Given this and whatever else, you guys do go along the outer brace, and you see Max. She's hurrying to kind of log that huge crate back up. And she pauses on the gangplank, seeing the two of you, kind of smiles, sees Gunter beyond, and her face drops ever so slightly.
Wait, I thought it was just the two of us going. I don't want to bring him along.
I'm following.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
I feel like
it's
we're
the
all
whole
moving as a
crew.
group
Shay
now.
is there.
Right, yeah.
Ovark is there as well.
No, split the party, man.
Hey guys, I know we're going into
She
this,
addresses
like,
you.
potentially life
In our-
threatening situation. I think
evening.
we should split up.
I was actually just making my way out, but if you had a quick deal to make, for you, I would stick around.
Honestly, just some questions. I was curious. How did you know that I wasn't a tabaxi?
She smiles. That's a very good question.
No one's ever asked or noticed before.
What are you?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
May I make a suggestion?
Not die.
It's always helpful.
I'm listening.
You are not from these lands. You are from far, far away.
I've never felt home here, so that makes sense.
At some point, you may wish to travel to Everest. There are answers for you there.
Is that where you are from?
Do you want to buy anything?
I just want to know that if I survive this, our paths will cross at some point again.
Knowing the strands of fate is impossible. However, I can't imagine this will be the last time that we will cross paths.
Well, with that,
This whole conversation,
hope-
by the way, you guys are not understanding.
No,
it.
yeah. I'm just kind of like standing behind.
You make an
arms
intelligence
crossed,
check.
tapping my foot, being like, "My turn next. My turn next."
16.
With the 16, you would get the gist. You understand that they're talking about the land of Everest. A lot of the words elude you. It's Elvish, not a dialect you're familiar with. The accent seems, if such a thing was possible for Elvish already, posh. Very formal.
Yep.
And Morwen, who you've heard speak Elvish before, slips into it flawlessly.
Okay.
Alright, so with that, I'll just say, then I hope to see you again. And it feels nice knowing that if I part this world, it's with another friend made. Good night.
Good night.
Alright, I'm gonna go. Well, I'll wait for you, but I'm gonna.
Are there any other merchants around that I can see?
Make a perception check.
That's.
I want to talk to her now.
Oh wait, I wanted the orphan tears. Too late. It's okay. I'll find orphans and make them cry.
There you go.
That's a 9.
I think
19?
I missed that. What was that about?
Looking down the outer bridges, the only other person that looks
Totally
like they're not
bypassing all of
actively
this. It's
like just moving across it, there is a halfling, older,
Oh, no!
probably.
Don't worry, I got it.
Probably.
Oh, wires though.
No, wires are okay. They're
Yeah, the wires are fine because they're insulated.
Okay.
It's not open. You got it?
You would see that there is this halfling, a little older, down maybe 100 feet in the dock. He's casting his gaze about very suspiciously. Definitely, probably, not definitely, probably. Probably selling something. Although, whatever it is, probably not terribly legal.
Looks
which-
like my kind of guy.
Okay, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
gonna head over there, but you wanted to talk to Eladrin,
Yeah.
so you should do that.
Go ahead. Her eyes turn to you, glowing in the dark. And now in the dark, even more unnervingly, they emit light. I mean, you can see light spilling down
Little
her
thing.
face.
In Infernal, I say Infernal.
I'm sorry, I don't speak
That's
that
okay.
tongue.
Can I like guide her away from everyone?
You kind of just, like,
Yeah, well, not like touching her. I just kind of like walk close and I kind of like.
she
Tip-
follows your
tiply-
gesture and takes a couple steps to the side.
Who is your patron?
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Who is your patron?
I'm not sure. I have my own inclination to believe it is someone who's very important, and there's a name that I wrote down.
She holds out her hand, and for a moment, there's a flash, and you see this dark, very familiar-looking energy coalesce in the form of a dagger.
Yeah,
And just as quickly, she spreads her hands out, and it disappears.
I kind of do the same thing
With the sword?
down and up, kind
Okay.
of.
So you hold your hand down, and suddenly there is this void energy that fills the space and just as quickly flickers out.
Yeah. Azra?
That's your patroness.
Yeah, I say that like to her.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Hmm.
What I will say is we find ourselves in a very unique place.
You don't say.
Our powers were given,
Yeah,
which means they can be taken.
but they're also given for a purpose. And I've only had motes of a clue as to what that purpose is. You seem well versed and experienced in this. What purposes you found in yours?
She leans in very close to you and says, "The thing about purpose is that only we can determine what it is. If you want to fight a cause that you do not understand, that is your business. Your powers do not govern what you do. Remember that. Would anybody else like anything? And you very,
I'm just like that.
opens up and just begins
Useless information.
talking. I wouldn't say useless.
It's shit I already knew.
Thank her for nothing.
No, I don't say anything.
I never plugged my laptop in.
Did it just die?
But I have a charger. Keep going.
No, that's it. That's all. That's fine.
She
It's a
casts her
dramatic
gaze above,
pause, and I'm just
sighs
kind
for
of
a
like,
moment.
God damn it.
Anything else from you?
I'm looking
You got
somewhat
anything
sad.
for 200 gold?
When I said anything else, are you looking to spend 200 gold?
If you're looking to give me something useful,
What is it that you are looking for?
something that will get me through this trial. I don't know how much clearer I can be about that. I don't want to die in this trial.
May I make a suggestion then?
Is it going to be a snide comment?
It is not, but it is worth 10 gold.
5 real.
She takes 5 real gold, without questioning, puts it in her pocket.
Next 5 when you give it to me.
Fair enough. I sense it's not forthcoming. Should you want to survive this trial, when people offer help, be a little more polite. And she turns and walks up onto the junk. A gangplank is.
I'm like,
pushed back over.
wait! You forgot your payment. I throw
She
the
turns
other 5
to
gold.
you. Do you?
Yeah, I'm like, wait!
Make a persuasion check.
Well, dexterity throw
She's not
first.
catching it. There, you hear it hits and
good.
clatters across the room.
That's...
Does it not work for you?
Oh, I didn't do...
No, well, you got the
Oh,
number.
I like that. That's cool.
Can I
Yeah.
roll it in this?
Yeah, you can do whatever the
This
fuck
is our
you
like
want.
component pouches for board
Oh,
games. It rejected your die. That's
No,
not a good
fuck your
sign.
die.
No, it's not.
Persuasion, that's 15. Still haven't topped... actually, no, I got the 19.
You see the coins all hit the deck
Oh.
and roll across. One kind of rolls. and hits the
Sorry, I
side.
didn't... I wasn't supposed to be mean. I really wanted you to get the pay. I'm a man of my word! No.
Her eyes cast up at you, and there is a moment where you feel this of like this immense power being focused on you. Thormagren. Think to the elements.
Did we all hear that?
Oh yeah,
What was the word? Thormagren?
Thormagren.
Thormagren?
Bless you.
Think to the elements.
I want to write down that because I want to figure everyone
The
else's dice.
storm
Oh,
is
I have a
more.
shit about gun
And as she
US.
says that, there is this burst of thunder behind you. Then fire and water. Best of luck. And she turns, and as she does, you still see her moving. You have not seen another individual aboard this ship, but it begins to move away.
I'm gonna look very deep in thought and go over
Okay.
to the sketchy guy to go buy stuff.
Okay, you walk over to the sketchy guy, who, very abrupt departure from that. As you approach, she turns and just says, "Cool.
Cool, there's a cucumber.
I like to hear. Got a little bit of the pipe. A little bit of what are you looking for?
What you got that can, you know, keep me stimulated, get me going, get me through some sort of trial?
You say those exact words.
Yes.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Make a. What languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarvish.
Make a persuasion check.
That is a solid 17.
17. All right.
All right, green tray it is then.
Green tray. Green tray is the good tray.
He leans in really closely. You're looking for a little pick me up, a little magical pick me up,
Oh yeah.
a little bunta.
Oh.
Don't tell anyone. It's not really kosher.
Comes the word.
Did you say skooma?
Bunta. Now, the thing about this, captain doesn't really want it aboard. It messes with his profits for everything else. Kind of looks around. Now, I'll tell you this. 100 gold. I'll get you a little vial, little taste.
Hey, come on.
This is wild magic infused
Uh-oh.
My goodness.
Don't like that.
No. Not at
That
all.
seems a bit steep, though. From
Have
connoisseur to connoisseur.
Have you ever seen a fairy? Ever?
A green fairy.
Do I look like a guy who
Purple
hasn't seen
fairy.
a fairy?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Well, I've seen fairies
Make another persuasion check.
plenty of times. So many times, like.
Are you relatively close to Guntir?
A 16.
You
I mean,
hear
I
a
didn't
lot.
leave
You hear a lot of thieves' camp being thrown around. You hear this person basically say to Guntir, "Have you ever been arrested?" Essentially, and you hear Guntir basically say, "All the time."
That's not a lie, so I'm gonna just keep that going.
Probably about
Looks around.
16 times.
But you don't understand what this subtext of this. You do not.
Yeah.
Do you speak thieves' camp?
No.
Yeah,
no,
you don't understand the
no.
subtext of this.
I should, but I don't.
So he kind of draws back a little bit and says, I just realized I'm out.
No, he.
I'll meet you next week. Next
Wait,
week,
jump
John?
in, jump in.
Oh,
I'm
great.
next
I'm
week.
gonna.
Jump
And he
in.
starts.
I-
He begins to just walk down the.
Wait, next
thing.
week's
Do
not
you
good
wanna
for
do
me. I
anything?
might
Well, I
dead.
was trying to jump in and say
jump
like,
in.
no, he. Probably less than 10 fairies.
Oh, yeah.
Less than 10
Like
fairies.
less
you said.
than 10
Yeah.
fairies, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
You don't.
it's been a long time, I forget how many fairies I see in my day. I'm an
You just
old
have to
guy.
understand. He's old.
I'm
Yeah.
old.
The-
I've seen
Times were
plenty of
different.
fairies,
Times
but,
were
like,
different
an
back then.
appropriate
And then
amount of fairies.
I cat paw his mouth and just say
Back then, she was called Dorothy.
it was a different time 200 years ago.
Make a deception check. You can choose to either make
Yup.
it yourself. You can either make it yourself at advantage, or you and Gundir can each roll and get the highest result. Up to you.
It was a different time.
I'm gonna go for advantage.
Okay, go ahead. Roll twice. Take the highest result.
Things were different when you were young.
Alright, so 18.
It is very awesome.
Plus
18.
guidance, because she's touching my face.
So you feel as this.
Ew, he just like
through?
licks my hand.
No,
The
I will
guidance,
say
like, oh
you do
God.
feel that the texture of his
Feel some
lips
gums.
are dry and chapped, but at the same time uncomfortably moist. You feel this. You feel skin peeling away from the lips, but it's soggy and wet.
Those
It's
are
not
the
great.
gums.
But as that happens, and you feel a little bit of gum rub up against your hand.
Ooh. So what I say, 18, so 22.
22. Okay.
Ew.
It is
I
moist.
keep it down like,
Ew.
All right.
Ew.
I'll make you a deal. You looking to see a couple fairies? How many fairies are you looking to see? He looks around.
wait, so question. He's
Answer.
asking how many.
How many doses of bunta, this wild magic infused molly essentially, would you like to buy?
I can't wait for
How
Gunter to
much a
trip through
pop?
this trial.
To see a fairy? Let's see, you probably need to look about 100 times. Each. Of course. You want to see a fairy, just see what it's like.
Not a magic user, don't
Look,
do it.
look,
I'm
look
not
80,
going
look
to.
80 times. Look 80 times, and maybe you'll see a fairy.
Let's see, so they're 100 each.
You just
So-
said 80.
Oh, 80 each? Alright, I'll do 2. I'll buy 2.
Oh, all right. You hand him the 2 gold, and you see he kind of clasps you on the shoulder, which for you, you immediately recognize as you feel these 2 small glass vials being pushed underneath this crusty sheepskin thing that you're wearing. You feel 2 glass vials being pushed, and they stay between your fur and the garment. And he pulls back, and in his hand is now the gold. All right. Well, hey, when you see those fairies, just remember, you got to eat before you go and watch.
2 glasses of. What was it again? That I bought.
B-U-N-T-A.
Okay.
And you think
'cause
back
that's
and
not
you
what I
remember
thought
that
you
this
said
is
it was.
like
B-O-N-D-A.
this is the only thing currently banned in Captain's Keep.
Okay, and it was gold. So 160.
Note that you have to eat
Talon, I
before because of the
100%
did.
lines.
agree.
Okay, good.
Moist is better than dry, but I hate the word.
Yeah, moist is probably one of the worst words. Well,
Like,
Gross.
Mildew isn't bad.
As Max's vessel takes
least
off
you're
and,
removed from
heads
mildew.
towards the horizon, it's probably about 7:30.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? And now, at this point, I would say...
Find a place to sleep.
I want to go back to the tent and.
Did you get
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 dressed.
something that'll help us?
Yep.
What?
I took care of it. Just shh.
For the record, I've seen like 60 fairies.
Shh. Keep it down. Keep it down.
Yeah, I kind of.
real fairy.
Probably.
So,
Yeah, probably.
He's
So-
confusing it with the glow snails I stuck on him
so.
back in the day.
I turned to Morwen. and I'm just like, should we just like go back and
Sorry about
get
that.
our stuff? Maybe just like we could probably even just like fucking rest there, honestly, and then just come back.
I don't
It's
wanna
halfway
be
to
wearing this
the-
crust suit anymore.
It's halfway to the
Hey,
place that
that's
we
a
have to meet
nice
them
crust
anyways.
suit.
It's
Is
halfway.
Guntir identified as a cross suit?
So nice, and I give it back. And now I'm topless again. And now let's go back to the tent.
Yeah.
Again, you see Ovark just kind of go, oh my god, really?
Yeah. We'll meet
I
you
mean,
guys.
sorry, he would say, oh, cord, really?
Yeah. Oh my cord. Oh my cord.
He doesn't say my cord, but definitely oh,
Oh
cord.
my cord.
Oh my cord, I'm gonna...
Record.
So I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and just like, see you tomorrow, I suppose. We got a camp, but if you want to come and make camp, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
it's-
gonna follow you. I don't really have anywhere
Yeah,
to
it's
stay.
fair. Are you a man of the wild?
I mean, I've been staying in a clinic, but I
Wait, are we going? Where are we
spent time in the
going?
wild.
Where?
Well, it's not too far out. We're just camping close to where we need to be tomorrow.
Where are we camping?
Close to where the boat was moored, apparently. Where Morwen found. I don't know. I should probably tell you.
Where's the crew?
The boat is currently moored in a cove.
Is it the cove? Is it a cove on the like volcanic island, or
No,
is
on the
it?
forest island.
Alright, so let's
Perfect. That's
let's go
the
there.
same direction. We could
Let's
even
get
stay
back
on the
to the
boat,
ship.
maybe. Might even be wiser to stay on the boat.
To
It's
the
a little
ship.
safer. Although the storm's coming. Shit.
I put it there to protect it. It's a relatively protected inland.
Okay. I trust you on that.
And at this point, rain does begin to fall. Light.
Let's go collect our stuff. We'll meet you back on the boat.
Maybe we can send some of the crew to the trial instead.
You shut this meal, now eat
Ovark
it.
grabs you on the shoulder and says, "Look, Giuseppe, you have to understand. Cord chose you to be here.
I know.
It's an honor.
You keep saying that.
Hey, you know what? Think of, if it's an old temple, think of all the loot.
There's gotta be a
Lot
lot
of
of
loot.
booty.
Dead people, they carry things.
We
I
know
know
how much you like
loot.
things.
Yeah, stuff and
How much
looting
you like
bodies.
things.
Twist my arm. Come
Uh,
on. Twist my arm.
Okay, all right. I twisted for 19.
Okay.
Ah, you got
As
me.
you say, just turn.
Really?
All right.
Oh, wait.
Hey,
What was you actually?
It was a 15.
Okay, I did 19.
Yeah. So you win.
Okay,
You twisted
okay.
my
Oh,
arm
I'm sorry. But
successfully.
you don't have any strength?
He's a
That's right.
287.
What? I got +0. He's got more than me.
No, but still, it's
Doesn't
17.
matter if he
Okay.
rolls lower.
All right. Well, I didn't know what it was. That's all.
You've
Anywho,
successfully
all right.
twisted my
His
arm.
strength-
We're
is the
going
same.
through with
Well,
this. Who knows what's gonna happen?
if we die, we die. I guess
Might be fun.
you'd say you know to be an honorable death, right, Ozark?
Doing a Cord's trial, Ovark, by the way.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I feel like I want to interject here. I feel like dying during a trial of your own god would be a bad sign.
No, not really. I mean, you know, it's just
not
it's your
really.
God claiming you.
It's just like
It
he's
happens
like-
every day.
He's
Okay.
Why were you
saying,
in the clinic?
good job.
Huh?
Why are you
get
staying
to
in the
hang out
clinic?
I'm a cleric. I heal people.
Can you heal yourself?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the Shatter Scale?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't be walking around like this if I could change it. But my hope, the reason I became a cleric, was maybe I could figure out a way to figure it out, or my God would be kind enough to fix this at some
well,
point.
hey,
I'm gonna.
maybe I
I'm
can
gonna
help
pull you
once
over
we
and
get
be
out
like,
of this.
is he
And then I try to
contagious?
do the old like, boop, mending.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you,
Mending-
are you
Dude,
contagious?
Mending is non-organic.
And as
I
Guntir
think.
tops
Hold on.
his head.
For the record, I think that is the third or fourth useless casting of that spell that you've done, but you love doing that.
You have yet to use mending in a good way.
In a way that's beneficial to anyone.
You see, he talks to you, and as he talks, you see Guntir kind of, and he doesn't break conversation.
Anything?
Just kind of jerks his head. Nothing seems to change.
Dumb as a rose.
It's worth a shot.
Hey, back to the ship though. Let's talk on the
No,
way.
I just asked him a question.
As we're walking, can we progress?
Walking and talking.
Because I don't want to. I don't want the
Walking
storm.
and talking.
The storm, guys. I
Yeah,
point. I'm like,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
storm,
Walking and
rain.
we're
talking.
walking towards the tent. We always have been.
Good.
Okay.
Well, now we have been.
So the rain does begin in earnest as you guys begin to walk towards the tent, but he
Lead you
continues
toward
to
the
talk to you. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted by this one hitting me. What'd you say?
Was it? How did you get
The
that?
shatter scale? No, it's not contagious. It's a curse on my people.
Really?
Yeah.
Why were you cursed?
I mean, it wasn't me in particular. You know, it was.
But what happened?
Well, I mean, from what the elders tell us, and again, I'm not really much of a scholar. Sometime during the Second Age, right towards the end, when dragons fell, truly, and we rose up. Not all the dragons like that. And there was a great purple worm called something keen scale. And she cursed us. Emerging from her brood, she believed us not to be true dragons.
Oh wow, that sounds
Oh,
terrible.
that's horrible.
Yeah, it seems
real
kind of a dick move, yeah. But
Good dick move for a while.
that's the legend, anyways. I don't really put much stock into it, but
How does it how does it hinder you? How does it affect you?
oh, if I get hit, these things just shatter.
Do you regrow them back quickly?
Wait, when
No,
Guntir hit him in the
not
head,
really.
did it shatter his forehead?
No, because again, it was mending, so the reason it didn't necessarily not do anything.
It shattered it and then immediately.
If one falls off,
mended
would
it.
you be offended if I took one?
Again, it's not. It's shatter scales. It's a pretty literal name. We're pretty literal people.
So
Well, would you
what
be
you're
offended if I
saying
took a crumb?
You're gonna be useless tomorrow.
If once it falls off, you just take it. Not useless. I mean, I can heal a lot of stuff, and
I'm into it. I like him. Let's go.
What happens if you punch your hand through a pane of glass while casting mending? Does it heal around your hand?
We'll try it.
anyways, yeah. So it's not contagious. It's a curse, I guess technically.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, kind of sucks. It's not really interesting.
Well, let's find you a cure.
Oh, all right. If you know something about it, that's great.
Well, let's survive tomorrow first, and then maybe we'll do whatever you want. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exactly where I want to be.
Okay, cool. Cause that's good. Cause we're probably all gonna die tomorrow, from what everyone keeps saying.
You got to remember, Giuseppe. It's all about faith. And if you have faith in Cord, he'll have faith in you.
Keep saying stuff like that. It's not helping.
Is Thistle still with us?
Yeah, he's just behind, kind of lurking, 6
Okay,
foot tall
I'm gonna-
Morwen.
Alright, I'm gonna hold his hand and I'm gonna ask Thistle, will you turn into a gelatinous bear?
A what?
Like a jelly bear.
Like a jelly, like a.
Like, you know, like jellyfish?
No.
Will you turn into a bear?
Kind of looks around. Can we go back to the ship first?
Are we at the woods yet?
You guys are getting into the part where it's deforested now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you're right. Will you do it when we get back to the ship?
Yeah, of course.
Yay, bear hugs! Let's go.
All right, and he progresses. You guys take your time getting back to the ship. Does anybody do anything on the way?
We're stopping at the tent.
I think
I'm getting all our shit.
Yeah.
So you guys take a quick detour, ducking around to the tent. Nothing seems to be disturbed or changed in any way.
Just
I
wet.
say finally we're alone and we aggressively make it. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
No, I said alone.
This is so uncomfortable for me.
Topless.
I like it when you watch.
Ew,
Yeah,
God.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, you are just feeding them. You're just feeding them.
Awkward.
Anyhow,
He's cursed. Give him some. I don't know.
you guys make your
something.
way back to the ship. Moment where you almost swear that you hear movement, but looking around, this is right before the tree line and right before you're about to reach the ship. The area around you is still very much deforested. You don't see any movement.
Sketch.
You guys make it to the ship without problem.
Readily
Cool.
search.
You arrive. Bernal is kind of his robe stretched out over his face. He's trying to use this telescope to see something. It is not going well. But he does see your
She's dead.
Who?
Never mind. 17.
You guys
God, I made my own joke against
You
me.
guys
Y'all just
now
didn't even fucking get it.
at the ship. Does anybody wish to do anything before bedding down for the evening?
I'm just gonna make sure all of my stuff is still intact and wasn't tampered with while we were
Make a
away.
perception check.
I'll be writing,
Okay.
especially the shit
13
that
passive.
I didn't get her name because I introduced myself and she introduced herself to me.
I'm
But
gonna
So you
call-
sketch Max a little bit.
no, writing as well. Like I said, like a little
Right.
portrait
Right.
and then like a writing of what she said to me because I'll request that because I forget it already, honestly.
I'm going
Or like
straight
the
into
gist of
crow's
it.
nest.
Okay.
I'm calling the crew together.
Calling the crew together. All right.
Say, gather round, crew.
I
I've
rolled
got some news.
passive for 13 for protecting my stuff.
Okay. All seems there.
Okay. Mark.
The crew, such that it is not terribly large anymore.
We got
Thistle does come up on deck, and you would see Bernal. You would see the actual Haribo, which is not named Haribo. Now you've messed my names up now, so I have no idea what
Cannon,
they're
Abernathy,
Harbo.
Haribo,
Canon is there.
Tarragon, McGee.
Taryn is there as well.
I'd call her McGuy.
Sure.
Do I get
Mackay
Mackay?
can
Yeah,
be
was
there as
Shoddy
well.
there?
McGuy the dwarf.
Sade is below decks, but she does not respond to this general inquest. But yes, she is aboard.
I'd say, look, you've all been a crew. So, tomorrow I am facing probably my greatest endeavor yet. And, you will all no longer be in my service. So here you are. And I flick a gold piece to each of them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Roll a charisma check. This is just straight charisma roll.
Wait, are you just saying they're not our crew anymore? What if we survive and we have our boat?
And so,
Okay,
Let me
I'm sorry.
finish.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right.
well, third time's the charm. There we go. 4.
Okay. Gunter begins passing gold coins out. The first one tosses, and Bernal fumbles it, and it right overboard. He tosses the next one out, and it hits Abernathy in the chest, and he goes down and picks it up. You hand out your gold. It's not a terribly inspiring moment.
Alright, well, here's the deal. We're gonna go. We might not come back. So I'm paying you now. If we come back, great. If we don't come back, take the gold. Probably ditch the ship, because I think they're gonna come for you. And, good luck out there.
Bernal's hand just goes up.
What do you want?
Gunter, I'm a little concerned. We're going to Farshore. That's the whole reason that we're here. I mean, it's the Devil's Eye, and we have a reason to be here.
What?
How long is your thing gonna take?
However long the god wills it.
Bernal kind of looks up. Okay, well, here's the thing. Again, we're a little bit on a timetable, and I think having been watching for a little bit, there's a lot of vessels traveling in that direction, and I'm very nervous that somebody will reach it before we do.
Okay, well, first of all, I need you to calm down.
I'm very calm.
Yeah, calm. What did I say? Calm down. Jeez. Second of all, I don't want to do this as much as you do, so, relax. Okay, we'll get it done. If we die, we die. And you can go off and do whatever you want to. Go to far shore, whatever.
I mean, we could. Yeah. I'll wait till this dialogue is done.
We could skip town.
We could skip town.
I want to, but we can't, because this guy is gold.
He doesn't have to come with us.
Yeah, but he made it seem like if we left, we would get,
Obsidian States is still like parked out there watching us. Not that they'll leave after this anyways.
I'm
but-
also just gonna say, if we skip to town and he's on this boat, what's he gonna do?
We'll
What's
see
he gonna
what
do?
happens.
Sink or swim?
We'll skip town if we have
I'm
to.
just saying.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Assuming Brunel's listening to all of this, what do you know about the Trial of Cord?
The trial of Cord. Well, Cord is a god. He's the god of storms, and he's
What do you know
old.
of the trial specifically?
Well, not that I can think of. There's nothing that really comes to mind. Thinking about Cord, if he were to want to test one of his followers, oh man, he's a really fierce god. I would imagine that probably it would involve some kind of combat.
Well, you've been a crew.
There's a murmur that goes around, not
All right,
especially.
I'm gonna stand up and go like I don't know where are we? Just like on deck.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm
It's
gonna
raining
try
on all
to
of
go
you.
like a one level higher or something.
Okay, you get up on the stairs, heading up towards the forecastle.
And I'm gonna shout to the crew that we will take this trial and we will survive and win. And when we get back, our team will go to our destiny and dreams. Keep the faith alive, and I will double your gold.
I'm not.
Okay,
I
make
disagree
a
with
make a
what she
persuasion
said,
check
but
with the
okay.
double your gold comment. Make it an advantage.
All right, persuasion. Boop, 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 boop. 17.
17. Okay. There's kind of a murmur. This one a little bit more lively, and you hear Abernathy kind of go, double, and he kind of holds his fingers out. I'll do that. And you hear Bernal kind of look around, a little bit exasperated. All right, well, wait, but we need to get going soon. So
Yeah,
whatever this trial
Tom.
is, just
And I kind of like
okay.
put my.
shoves your hands away.
And I jump down after my speech and say, now a group hug for good faith.
Thistle immediately kind of goes in. As he spreads his arms out, you see fur sprout out of his hands, and his face shifts. The face becomes a
Bear
little bit more
hugs
narrow.
for all!
Narrows going around. He does become the appearance of a fairly small black bear.
Oh my god, I hugged the shit
him.
out of him. I'm assuming no one else is going in for this hug?
No, it's
Alright, so
just,
it's
you and
just
him.
us two in this circle of people.
I'm gonna say he's
Love
gonna
it.
reach for Bernal.
I've been below deck.
He's gonna grab Bernal, and Bernal's also
I
not
embrace
part
it.
of that. And
Alright.
Bernal's trying to get out. Doesn't seem to be able to.
I've
You
missed
go-
this whole
You
thing.
go below
I'm-
deck.
I have been below deck.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I have not been part of any of this.
You know.
Well, I'm going to bed. I go and I slam the door.
To the captain's quarters. Fair enough. You find your way to bed. You find your way to your quarters and begin to draw and do your thing.
I'm going to go below deck too
Okay.
for sleeping.
You go below deck for sleeping.
But I want Thistle to come
Princess.
with me and we're gonna big spoon.
It's raining.
No, he's gonna big spoon me as a bear. Bear spoon.
Bear spoon,
You stand in the
Bear's
crow's
spinning.
nest even through the rain?
Yep.
Okay.
even through the rain.
All of you, over the course of the evening, do find sleep. Gunter, you sleep very well. As you settle down for sleep, the rain and the rocking of the ship, in a way, as you drift off, feels almost like a gentle embrace.
And then you wake up and it's Thistle as the bear hugging you. No, I'm just kidding. He's mine.
You are having Thistle do what?
Oh, I wanted Thistle to big spoon me as the bear, as we sleep.
Okay. Okay.
Well, is that not okay?
No, he joins you. I would say as when you wake up to Thistle just in his normal form. When he goes to sleep, it seems that it reverts. But all of you do find rest. You can mark off a long rest on
Yeah.
your sheet.
I get back my darkness.
You do.
That's it.
Now,
It's the only thing I used.
you guys went to sleep around 10 o'clock at night. You find yourselves, a little bit later, maybe like 11. You take some time to draw, and
Yeah.
it is a meditative property for you, and with everything coming up, it definitely is
Yeah.
helpful. You realize first, still dark, 6 a.m., the sun hasn't come up, it's raining,
Still wet.
still very wet. couple more minutes pass, almost half an hour. Morwen, you awake next to Thistle, who has this smile on his face as he sleeps. You wake up
He's gonna die first.
within your own quarters. Guntir,
Unless
you
we
wake
run.
up, and as you do, there is this unusual sensation. You know that you have this trial coming up, and you know that it's probably going to be pretty dangerous, but for the first time in a really, really long time, there's this sense of worry, maybe excitement.
Ew.
What was it?
Ew.
You all eventually find your way to the central corridor below decks, probably not above decks as it is raining. Shay does join you soaking wet. What do you guys want to do? It's about 6 in the morning. It is gray. The first hints of light showing through the clouds, but it seems like it will probably rain through the day.
So it's pretty early in the day.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Fucking
Alright.
old man.
Wait, are we all... So are we all in the same area?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We've all made it
Alright,
here.
I'm gonna ask...
It's a test.
Gunty, come
22.
come over here
Oh,
while
22.
we...
Yeah. You wake up and you feel pretty good. Yeah, no worries.
Come,
finish
come
out-
aboard deck
I
with me.
finish out my morning stretches with unusual vigor.
Yeah. And then Morwen appears and
I'm like, let's go!
okay.
Let's go...
Yeah, let's go!
Oh, no, calm down. Let's... We gotta chat.
Okay, let's go!
Okay, we're going.
Okay, you guys go down below deck.
Oh no, I meant above.
Oh, above. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys go up above deck.
Yeah.
It is
it's-
raining.
Below deck.
Okay.
I'm
And
shooting
still
finger
stormy?
guns. I'm like,
Yes.
what's
Are you below deck? Are you still in the crow's nest?
I think I've made my way down to the deck
Okay.
just to see where everybody is.
And so at this point, Heinrich and Morwen would emerge out onto the deck where it is raining.
And I'm gonna be like,
What's happening?
Guntir apparently follows you up.
it's very strange, and I'm very tired still, just waking up. If we are going to run, we should either do that now.
Don't worry. Old Gunty's got some tricks up his sleeve. We don't have to run just yet. Trust me on this one.
And I'm just gonna lean down and be as intimidating as I possibly can, and be like, if Thistle gets fucking hurt, I swear to God, it'll be the last thing you will ever see.
Who's Thistle?
So that moment passes. You
Do I hear any of this?
yeah, you're on the deck with them.
Great.
Yeah, you hear all of this.
Great.
So, Finger Gang. It is just the early lights of dawn. You're seeing the sky becoming a little bit more of a light gray, but not by any means clear. It's going to rain through today for sure. What do you guys want to do?
We got
I hang out with Thistle because I'm scared he's gonna die.
we
So you go back below deck. Thistle at this point is
This is all
sitting up in
your
the
deal.
bunk.
This is all you're doing.
do we go now? When are they gonna come
Morning.
get us? When
Did you sleep well?
It was all right, honestly. Both of us in this little kind of bunk. Not the best for my back, I would say, but I'll find some way to take the edge off. I always do.
How about some morning tea?
Yeah, I can do that. And he
Okay.
gets up and stretches one last time and lumbers off to go take care of that particular
One
need.
last time? What are you trying to say, Joe?
Do you say that?
No, I'm asking you.
What was that?
I'm asking you.
Asking me what?
One last time. What are you trying to say?
Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing?
so
I'm
I'm
waiting
gonna
on
eat.
deck for
Okay.
everybody to show up.
I'm waiting like.
That
just-
wasn't foreshadowing, that was 5 shadowing.
5 shadowing.
I'm just waiting like just below the stairs up to the main deck. Just kind of like, is there any movement or anything? Anyone doing anything above board? You making any moves? I'm not making any calls
Doesn't
here.
seem like it.
I'm gonna be like,
I might all yeller, Thistle.
Ozark,
Oh Jesus!
come here.
Wow.
Come here,
Jesus, Al,
Alzar.
you just turned dark real
Lumbers
fast.
over
I'm
to
like
you.
chewing
Yeah,
on
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
breakfast food we're eating.
Yeah.
Are we?
What do you think this trial's gonna be? You know,
Well,
you seem to be on good terms with this guy. What's the deal?
This guy.
Cord, like our god, this
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty good terms. Dedicated my life to him. What do you want to know?
What should we expect here?
It's hard to tell with Cord because everybody thinks of him as this, he's the god of thunder, the storm lord. No.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, thunder god. Sure.
There's more to him than that.
Wow. Many layers.
Like
Like an
onion.
onion. Given what I know about Cord, we're gonna fight something. I would imagine there might be some kind of like a. It's hard to tell. I've never been.
All right. Still feeling good about this. Yeah.
I would have probably asked the captain
Well, maybe I'll ask him.
because he said that he saw somebody go and do it. So I would imagine he probably knows.
He seemed like the kind of guy who was gonna punch my face.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna kill you.
So yeah, I was trying to avoid that.
That makes sense.
That's why.
Fair enough. I think the best that we can hope for is just go in strong and trust that Cord will reward that.
Sure. Because he seems like a very rewarding fellow.
And you hear behind you this. Was the thunder? So, are we gonna go or?
I guess so. Let's get going. All right.
I guess so. Let's get
Goodbye
going. I say
forever,
too.
baby. I say to the guy, Abernathy, Canyon,
Wait,
Okay.
who's below deck?
Blue Ball's body.
The people that.
No, we dumped
I'm
his
gonna run
body
up to you and
over.
say, make
Blue
someone
Ball's
else
body's gone.
Haribo.
Okay.
Oh, bye, Haribo.
Make someone else.
Not you.
I'll
not
tell
you,
you.
Haribo.
I'll tell you right now.
Real
If we
Haribo.
show
This'll
up with
just kinda-
someone else,
Oh, okay.
No,
I was
the
gonna
guy
say, I'm
never
going
saw
with
them.
you guys.
Yeah, well, I'll say
The
goodbye
captain
to you
never saw
when
Shay or Haribo.
Actually gone.
Yeah.
Oh, when we like die.
he seems the
Yeah.
most adept.
Yeah, I'll say goodbye to you too.
Everyone's
Don't
just
But
worry.
I'm
the
above
dude.
deck. Like it doesn't.
Like meat shield throwaway.
That's what I was hoping Ozark would be.
No, but we
What?
forgot. No,
What?
you're not up there.
Gunter!
Or I'm not
I
up
run
there.
upstairs. I run upstairs. Gunter, I
What?
thought of something
What?
where I don't have to threaten your life about this.
What?
Make someone else Haribo. Don't break Thistle.
Haribo!
No, not that one. Pick another one.
Real Haribo!
No, not that
Yeah.
one. Pick another one.
And this, dwarf kind of comes down.
Oh, never mind. Keep going.
You wanna come with us? And, what's... Your friend, he can stay. I don't really care who comes.
God, he's just old. He wouldn't have. he
Wait.
wouldn't be able to help.
Where am I? Am I coming with you guys?
So
or-
there's this trial.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wait, who's asking?
Thistle
Need
is talking now to
six.
you
Oh
guys.
no, Thistle. I think it's better if you stay. Someone needs to take care of the ship.
Well, there's the wizard and there's Shay and.
I give him big old cat eyes, like really sad cat
I'm not
eyes.
staying, unfortunately. Thistle, I have to go with them.
Hey, Burgo!
All right, so the dwarf approaches you.
Oh, you want Thistle, don't you?
I think
Alright.
he'd be more useful.
Haribo,
think so?
you're gonna come with us
Should we bring
to this
Thistle?
trial.
All right, Captain.
And, yeah. We might die, so just a heads up.
Are you giving me an option to not come?
I mean, no?
Well, then that seems like kind
now
of
I
useful
feel like I'm
information.
fucking up.
Seems like useless information.
What do you think?
What, you got anything useful you can do?
Can draw a little bit.
Damn it!
Is anyone else useful in a fight?
Oh no, not for me.
God damn it,
Thistle
we
looks
bring
around. No.
Bernal,
Don't take Bernal.
yeah.
We need Bernal on the ship.
I will hereby reinstate you as Peeble.
I don't really want that.
Well, you're gonna get it, and you're gonna come with us.
No, I'm not actually going to.
No, Bernal's going to stay on the ship.
Well, regardless
Oh my
of what
God,
any
fine,
of you
I
guys say,
fail.
I
We
am
bring-
also
we
in
bring
charge of
Thistle.
this
Alright,
entire
fine.
expedition.
Original Haribo, you're coming with us.
God
Sorry.
Damn it. God damn it. My
Which,
head's gonna
which
break.
person are you addressing?
I'm
lost
just
at this
confused.
Listen.
I'm
Yeah.
Doesn't
fucking lost.
matter whether
I'm
Bernal
really
thinks he's in charge or
confused.
not. He's staying
Just-
on the ship.
You know what?
coming
You
with
know
us,
what?
it's
You
fine.
know what? We're fucking going.
We're
We're
going.
doing this.
All right.
What he said, we're fucking
We're
going.
fucking going, and that's it. How far off of the shore are we?
Like 50 feet.
50 feet?
Jumping
Oh no, you guys pulled into the cove, correct?
Yeah.
20 feet.
Okay.
jumping in some.
How shallow is it?
You don't know. It looks. I mean,
Can I see how
again,
shallow it
it's,
is?
because of how dark it is in the
come
storms,
with like little
it's
dinghies? Like, you know?
hard to
No,
tell.
I
Okay.
don't think we have any.
Looking around, you
But
would
it's
imagine
super
not
close.
terribly deep.
Okay. Rope tied off somewhere.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a little like a metal bracket that's designed for that exact thing.
Okay. And I get off.
Okay.
I get off the boat. I'm like, I'm bored. Y'all are boring. I'm leaving.
You splash into the water, having not tapped your shoes together.
That's okay.
Just think about waist deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
And then I trudge to shore.
Okay. Make your way to shore.
And like
Follow.
Blade.
Morwen follows, and this void energy fills the space. The air, the water itself, steaming off of it as the energy from this water being snap displaced like that,
Yeah.
actually vaporizes it
Yeah.
briefly.
It vaporizes. Anyways, yeah, no. So I'm going to shore. I'm tired of this like.
Heinrich and Morwen make their way to
Yeah.
shore.
I give a final farewell. Like, goodbye, crew.
And as you go down, the actual Haribo leans over. So am I coming or not?
No, just stay here until we maybe die.
He's the
Okay.
worst
Sure.
captain ever.
Bernal
I'll do that.
is in charge.
Nah,
Thistle,
Abernathy, you're in charge.
Yeah.
Bernal, you're in
Bernal
charge.
is in charge and Thistle's coming with.
Okay.
Canyon, your people. Abernathy, you're in charge.
You hear, it's Abernathy.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're in charge. Have fun.
Bernal,
He looks at Bernal, and Bernal kind of just goes,
you're in charge. Abernathy, do as Bernal says.
I've really been saying this the whole time, Michelle.
I know,
So,
but to stay.
We're burning daylight, Shay. Come on.
you look up at the gray sky and take a step off. The four of you,
Plus-
Levark and Thistle, make your way towards the woods. It takes you maybe 30 minutes to go. And what is your marching order?
I guess
Probably toward the back.
how we
I mean, I'm first.
plumped in, so
First?
I'm second.
Yeah.
Make a survival check.
Cool.
And then a perception check.
Cool. Cool. 6 and then 10.
Okay.
I'm just going. I don't fucking care.
Sure.
I want to like get this over with.
And without too
Everyone's
much
like
trouble-
taking too much fucking time, and I'm impatient.
Sure. Without too much trouble, you do make your way along there, and as you do, you plunge into the actual jungle after about 30 minutes. You don't necessarily see anything too out of the ordinary. I would say, given Heinrich's interests,
Of getting there?
sure, we'll say you're focused on that. You
Yeah.
don't notice any of the wildlife, although you hear it around you.
Yeah.
This is a lush and well-grown jungle. As you progress through, the trees rise up to 100, 120, 150 feet tall. But you realize as you progress towards this point, and a couple of you had seen this cleft in the actual forest and the earth itself, the trees are getting a little bit claustrophobic. And you realize that you're descending. And as you descend, I want everybody to make a perception check.
14.
Okay.
17.
22.
22, alright. Morwen, you feel it before you hear it. As you walk through the Murmuring Grove, you feel in your feet this sort of rumbling in the ground. When at first you're concerned, it sounds or it feels like heavy footsteps, but it's constant. Shay, you feel thunder, but you don't feel it coming from above. You feel it coming from below.
Interesting.
You continue to progress for another 20 minutes or so, and as the trees rise up 200 feet, 250 feet tall, it's getting darker, and not because the storm is closing in. You can see up above, there is this streak of light gray, but you are at a point now where the trees on either side rise up so high that it feels as if you're being sort of channeled into a very narrow path. If anybody would like to, they can make a nature check. This is not natural terrain.
15.
Okay.
5.
Oh, 9.
Just 13.
Heinrich. This is not a gorge or a canyon like you've been in previously. There are elements of this that seem as if they were almost dug out, or parts of the ground seem almost too even.
Oh.
It reminds you of a wound.
Mm.
You guys progress for another 30 minutes. Make your way to a part of the forest now where the trees rise up out of sight. The mist and the clouds coming in just a little bit deeper. The tops of these trees disappear. It is getting fairly dark. But just beyond, Heinrich, you being in the lead and having dark vision, you can make out an area where the trees sort of stop. And the branches reach over, and the clearing, as it were, is still fairly dark. But you do make out some kind of a more uniform structure beyond.
Mm.
And I would say, for a little visual perspective,
You moving?
you
Yeah.
are moving, yep.
Just clear this stuff off and lay it on top.
I made so many maps for this week. Alright, where are you? You guys are never going there.
Never say never.
No, you guys are definitely
There's
not going
so many
there.
places we could have gone. We didn't. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
We could have killed that green hat.
Had this map for a long time now. Didn't know if you guys would actually use it.
But here we are.
So, I would say, you can see based on how long I've had it, it's
Yeah.
a lot
Here.
more roll than the others. Thank you.
The ground is weak.
You see a number of things.
Oops.
You see spread out before you, first, some kind of a statue, and it looks almost like a very geometric brain. Sort of above this fountain, although the fountain appears dry at this point. You see beyond that stairs, stone, many of them leading up to a large stone structure, but the edges of it are lost in the forest. The forest is actually closed in around it now, to the point where the trees themselves grow into the rock. You can see areas of rock are cracked, and the trees themselves grow inside this building. However, ahead of you, you do see that there is some kind of an iron door. There are some very large stone braziers that are soaking wet and not at all lit. I need everybody but Shay to make a perception check. Shade is dark down here.
14.
13.
10? Okay.
13.
What do you guys want to do?
Is this it? Oh, wait. Is this the trial? What?
Ovark, now, sword has been drawn for some time. Gestures towards the statue. Yeah, it's a sonic chord. It's a storm cloud. What do you think this is?
I mean, I thought no one's gonna come check on us.
Why would somebody need to check on us?
I don't know. I thought they were gonna be like, oh, here we are at the trial. Go in and come out with like a gift for us or something.
Well, no, there's going to be, if we can, whatever the final trial is, there's going to be proof if we can die.
Okay, cool. So off we go then.
After you.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna go up to the iron door. Well, first I'm gonna pause and look at the statue as I walk by.
Okay. You approach the statue, make an investigation check. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Just to see if there's like anything
Right, you are
unknown
Tom.
about it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
That's a 17 plus stuff. Plus 2, 19.
With the 19, looking at this fountain, as the water hits, it doesn't pool within the fountain itself. You do notice that there are these sort of drains. Maybe not drains, but they look as if they could. It's like a metal aperture that could be closed to fill these. They're currently open. With a 19, I would say, really peering down to the bowl, you do make out some currently dark arcane glyphs of some kind. They run about 3 inches up along the edge of this fountain.
Do I recognize what they are? Or what they could be?
Make a history check. Or make an arcana check.
20.
Sure. These glyphs appear to have some kind of a transmutive property. Looking at this, and you think back, you remember somebody telling you the storm is more than just water and lightning.
The storm is more than just water and lightning, I say to myself as I walk up the stairs.
You approach and you look to your left, you look to your right, you see these 2 large braziers, and you think fire. And as you kind of smell now the rain hitting the soft ground, you smell this sort of petrichor, this rich, deep, moist earth. And you realize all of a sudden, you smell... What?
Yeah, I thought the seagulls were hiccuping for a second.
You now getting up here, you smell the petrichor, you smell the wet earth. And now that you're standing on stone, you feel a vibration, but it's not thunder. It almost feels like footsteps. Large and approaching.
Oh, jeez.
And seeing as how it is midnight, and we are ending a little early, that is where we're going to end.
Oh no, big
Guntir
footsteps.
turns
Alright.
around, and it's Thistle, and he's giving us a big hug.
It's the test of
Thistle,
hugging.
turning around and looking at Thistle, he is looking off to the left very, very intently.
And then Gunter's like, what? And that's our show.
And that's our show. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Adventures in Alberon. This was the 8th episode titled Thunder. Please join us next week for episode 9, which is called Thunder Approaches. And that's where we're going to end for the evening. Thank you guys very much for following along. We will see you next week? Question mark? What do we think about next week?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We will
Find
see
out.
you next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on twitch.tv/AlberonRPG. Thank you very much. Have a great night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.